through the years when we are married, soon one dear heart ne'er to be. Soon one dear heart ne'er to be. Penny! Soon one dear heart ne'er to be. Penny!
Come in, Captain Drummond.
You rang, sir? Yes, I rang. Now, why didn't you come the first time I called?
Because the cook is deaf, sir.
Are we playing a game, Tenny?
Yes.
Then riddle me the reason you didn't come, because Cook is deaf.
Because if she were not deaf, sir, she would have heard you. And if she had heard you, she would have called me.
And if she had called you, you would have heard her.
I would have heard her, and I would have come to you, sir.
You win, Tenny.
What, sir?
Now, where were we?
If you mean where was I, sir, I was outside with the torchlight. The fog is very thick, and you're afraid that Colonel Nielsen and Miss Clavering wouldn't see them.
See them?
The gates, sir.
Oh, well, you lit them, of course.
The gates, sir.
No, Tenny. The lantern's on the gates.
Oh, yes.
Well, now that we're out of the fog, let's see if you can help me. Here you go, sir. Tenny, I have written a poem.
Not really, sir.
Yes, really. Here, read this.
Very well. The first letters of each line taken in order spell a young lady's name. Phyllis. Phyllis.
Well, go ahead, read it.
I am, sir.
Aloud.
Perhaps you'll know when this you see how much, my dear, you mean to me. You've brought new joy into my days. Love has me captured in its maze. Long seem the hours through which I gaze into the years when we are married. Soon one dear heart ne'er to be blank.
Well?
It's a bit on the feathery side, don't you think so?
The feathery side?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, Tenny, I want help, not criticism. Tenny, what rhymes with married?
Married? Married?
Harried.
Sir.
Oh, no, Tenny. Harried doesn't go with married.
You speak with the voice of inexperience, sir.
You don't like the idea of my getting married, do you, Tenny?
May I speak freely, sir?
Of course.
No, sir, I do not.
But why, Tenny? Why? I want to be married.
There's an old saying, marry in haste and repent at leisure, sir.
Ah, but Phyllis, Miss Clavering, is different, Tenny. She is...
Probably at the door, sir. Shall I answer it?
No, Tenny. I shall answer. Here, hold this. Darling.
You.
Just a moment, young fella.
Hello, Colonel. I have your favorite cheese souffle just as you ordered.
Good. Try and hold it for me. I've got to meet the 7 o'clock express. There's some important papers from the yard.
Oh, what's up at Scotland Yard? A nice, juicy murder?
No. But now that you're back in England, anything can happen and probably will.
Not this time, Inspector.
And I hope you're right. And don't call me Inspector.
Right you are, Colonel. Do you like cheese souffle?
Do you?
I hate it.
So do I.
Thank heaven.
Good evening, Tenny.
Good evening, Miss Clavering. Shall I destroy this, sir?
Well, Tenny, you may take Miss Clavering's wrap. Sit down, Alan.
Oh, for me. Why, Hugh, it's an acrostic.
I spent the better part of 2 hours on it.
Perhaps you'll know when this you see how much, my dear, you mean to me. Well, that's sweet.
You really like it?
Of course I do. You brought new joy into my days. Love has me captured in its maze.
Darling, I'm so completely lost. I hope I never find my way out.
Long seem the hours through which I gaze into the years when we are married. soon one, dear heart, near to be.
Yes. What rhymes with married?
Harriet?
Oh, that's what Tenny said.
Tenny doesn't like me.
Oh, you mustn't mind him, though.
But you're very fond of Tenny, and...
Pardon me. Hello?
Hello, Hugh. Are you there?
I hope so, Algy. Are you?
Somebody must have spilled a box of tacks on the road near Five Oaks Inn, and all my tires have gone flat. Drift down for me, will you? Right you are.
Is your change, sir?
Oh, thanks. Here's a bob for you, my girl.
Oh, thank you, sir.
But I beg your pardon, but you see, I was in a...
A hurry?
Yes.
Michael Valdin, at your service. I could not help but overhear your difficulty with the tax. And as my way takes me to Captain Drummond's very gates, may I suggest that I accommodate you in that direction?
Oh, that's awfully decent of you and all that. But if I didn't wait for Hugh...
Yes, of course, I understand. But you see, I insist that you permit me this slight favor.
But I say, you can't do this to me.
Quiet, quiet.
But my baby's being christened in the morning. And if I don't go...
Yes, smile for the pretty little barmaid.
Sure you won't come along?
No, I'll try to think of something to rhyme with married.
Think about this. Back in a little while. Order, miss?
No, thank you. Oh, Tenny,
Yes, miss.
why don't you want Captain Drummond to marry me?
You see, Miss, Captain Drummond leads an adventuresome sort of life. And I rather doubt that you would fit in, if you will forgive my saying so.
Is that all you have against me, Tenny?
You see, Miss, Captain Drummond is rather like a son to me. And I don't want to see him make a mistake.
And because he proposed marriage an hour after he met me, you feel he might be making one.
Love at first sight is rather like a mule, Miss Clavering. It kicks backwards.
Suppose I were to tell you that Captain Drummond is the first and only man I've ever cared for, and that I love him deeply and with all my heart. Would that make any difference?
I rather think it would, Miss.
Then that's the way it is, really.
That makes me happier.
Good. Tenny,
Yes, Miss.
Captain Drummond really likes this adventuresome life you mentioned.
If I may use the term, Miss, it's the captain's wine.
You like it, too.
Well, it sort of runs in the family, Miss.
Don't you think there's much to be said in favor of home and fireside?
The thought had never occurred to me, but it is an idea.
Well, I, for one, hope that after we're married, we can all settle down to peace and quiet. But probably Colonel Nielsen.
This is Rockingham Lodge. Captain Drummond's residence.
Yes, Miss.
Will you bring my bags, please?
Quiet, please. Pay no attention.
You hear what the man with the glasses said?
No, sir, but it was ever so nice and friendly-like. Because when your friend went away, he smiled at me, and he gave me a bob, he did.
He left no message for me?
No, sir, he just went.
Oh, there's another bob for you.
Oh, thank you.
Rockingham Lodge. Hurry, please. Operator. Operator. Phillips! Penny!
Captain Drummond?
Who are you?
You are Captain Drummond?
Where is Miss Clavering?
May I suggest that you stay where you are, please? Thank you. I am Michael Valdin. You do not know me. 1 year ago, my brother-in-law died on the gallows. You were responsible. I could kill you now, Captain Drummond, and settle our score. But I will not let you off with one bullet. No, that would be too easy. Too easy for you and Miss Clavering.
Where is she?
became necessary for her to leave quite suddenly.
She wouldn't do that.
On the contrary, she went quite willingly when informed of the conditions.
What conditions?
You may find out later, that is, if you are clever. I am here only to impress upon you the necessity, shall we say the most vital necessity, of doing exactly what you are told.
And what am I supposed to do?
Remain here until you are told to leave. Do not notify the police. And I warn you particularly not to bring your friend Colonel Nielsen into this. If you do, Miss Clavering will be killed immediately. We understand one another, do we not? Yes. And now, Captain Drummond, until we meet again, you are clever.
Colonel, Phyllis is gone.
Gone where?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I haven't the remotest idea.
Confounded Drummond. How is it that whenever I see you, someone has either been murdered or disappears? Come on. Tell me about it.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
You're Scotland Yard. I can't bring the police into it.
I'm more than Scotland Yard. I'm your friend. If there's anything wrong, I want to know it.
Oh, I can't tell you, Colonel. Thanks just the same. Don't think I'm being rude, but
You want me to leave?
please.
Then I won't leave.
But, Colonel...
No.
Captain Drummond! Captain Drummond!
Tenny! Heaven's sake, what's happened? Here, sit down. Here. Where's Miss Clavering?
I really couldn't say so.
Well, what happened?
I don't know exactly. But shortly after you left, there was a knock at the door.
And when you opened it?
There stood a lady.
Read that, Miss Clavering.
It's round and flat and not a hat, but it carries a message for all of that. What is it?
A jingle. But a most important jingle.
I don't understand.
Perhaps your playful captain will. He is fond of putting his thoughts in rhyme, is he not?
Well, he shall have his fill, I promise you.
You want to hurt him through me?
I shall.
You mean you intend to...
Eliminate the meddling captain? Yes.
Will I see him again?
Perhaps. But do not think you can warn him. To do so would only end the matter quickly.
I really couldn't say so. There was a roaring noise in my head like a train emerging from a tunnel.
And then?
And then I woke up
Where did you wake up, Tenny? Where?
in a tulip bed. There was something in my hand.
What was it?
An envelope.
An envelope?
Yes, sir.
Oh, come, Tenny, do we have to search you?
It might help.
Someone's playing a joke.
It must have backfired.
Hello? Phyllis, darling, are you all right? Where are you?
Listen carefully, Hugh. I can say what I'm going to only once.
All right, darling, go ahead.
It's round and flat and not a hat, but it carries a message for all of that.
What? Say that again. Phyllis! Phyllis! She hung up.
What did you say?
It's round and flat and not a hat, but it carries a message for all of that.
Round and flat. There's a message for all that.
Well, what is round and flat and not a hat that carries a message?
Might be a gramophone record.
Do you recognize the voice, Hugh Drummond? I am Irena Soldanis, widow of Karl Soldanis. You are the one person responsible for sending my husband to the scaffold. And now I am repaying you for the misery you have caused me. Phyllis Clavering is with me. You have until morning, Drummond, to find her. You can use your friend Longworth and that putty-faced servant of yours. But keep Colonel Nielsen and Scotland Yard out of it. You like games, don't you, Drummond? Then my game with you begins. 8 paces ahead, you'll find a clue. It's twisted and hanging plainly in sight.
8 paces ahead. I don't see anything twisted and hanging.
Sounds like a rope.
Or a piece of cord. Mr. Longworth.
Untie him. Light your light, old man. Exactly 40 miles from here, you'll find an inn where fishermen are lying. Perhaps Phyllis will be there. Exactly 40 miles from here, you'll find an inn where fishermen are lying.
Exactly 40 miles. But can't when you show 'em. You, try Drayminster.
Drayminster? Here you are. Drayminster, Sussex, population 2,200, hotel The Angler's Rest.
And fishermen would be lying at an angler's rest.
It's an inn at Drayminster. Tenny, my gun.
Yes, get one for me too, old boy.
I'm coming too, sir.
Good idea, Tenny.
But Hugh, my baby's being christened tomorrow.
Need a babe? I'll name her for Phyllis.
But I can't. She's a boy. What did this fella,
Valdine?
What did he look like?
Well, about my height, very dark and wore thick spectacles.
Thick ones, eh? Anything like this?
That's Valdine.
The gentleman's name is not Valdine. From these reports, which came down on the express tonight from the yard, it appears that Mikhail Bagoris and some woman, possibly your friend Irena, are wanted in Paris for swindling an American millionaire and murdering him. Scotland Yard will handle this.
You heard what Irena said about the police. You can't, don't you see?
You really think she'll play the game?
No, as long as it amuses her. And you've got to keep out of it.
All right, you go ahead, handle it your own way.
Splendid.
Your gun, sir.
Goodbye, Colonel. Come on, Algy, let's go.
Scotland Yard. Colonel Nielsen speaking. Have Sanger meet me at...
You know, my dear Sanger, I really think I should have been an actor. I was very good at amateur theatricals. But I chose a less dangerous profession. Would you know me?
I know your voice, Colonel Nielsen.
Oh, what give me my belly jacket?
That's capital, sir.
Now remember, don't you and Griswold follow me too closely. And don't come into the Angler's Rest until either I call you or if you see that I'm in trouble.
Right, sir.
Hey, Major.
5th time round, right?
Right here. Oh, thank you.
Well, come on, Tenny, you're one of us. Oh, why the devil doesn't something happen?
Awful bitter.
Outside. If he tries to follow me, you fellows stay here.
It's you.
Do as I tell you.
Very good.
Kenny, I'm going to pause.
Yes, sir. Captain Drummond told us to stay here.
My mind is made up.
Miles ailing again.
All right, you are, old chink. Captain Drummond, we meet again.
Yes, I expected we would.
Then you also probably expected another little poem. Yes, yes. Here it is.
What do I do next?
That depends on your cleverness.
What you've done once, do once again. What you've done once, do once again.
Loud and bitter.
Bye, Charles.
Where are they?
Who, sir?
My friends, they were sitting over there.
Oh, there, sir. Put out for a bit of air, sir. That heavy with ale they was.
Well, you better bring me some.
Bye, Charles.
What you've done once, do once again.
I had you come to Angler's Rest to make certain that you are keeping Colonel Nielsen out of this. You have been so clever in finding other people, Drummond. See if you can find Phyllis. Pay attention to this. In Limehouse, beneath a setting sun, you will find what sounds like the number 1. Go inside, and the number 3 will bring you straight to me.
Well, no. I never heard that before.
You're going to again.
I had you come to Angler's Rest to make certain you are keeping Colonel Nielsen out of this.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, there you are. Cherry and I were
Never mind that. Read this.
Huh? The ABC, old fellow.
Oh, please, Algy, be serious.
Right you are. Limehouse District. Neat, what?
Excellent. Pardon. I think I can help you, sir. Well, to begin with, I have a sister.
Yes, Teddy?
And she lives near Limehouse. Well, and I know the place like a book.
Don't you think you're taking an unnecessary risk, Colonel Nielsen?
I rather like doing this sort of thing, Sanger. Besides, I've got to watch Hugh Drummond.
Can't Griswold and I take this case?
You don't know Hugh Drummond. He believes that he alone can save Miss Clavering. And you may be right. He's a fearless fool, you know. He caught Carl Saldanis, one of the most dangerous criminals I've ever known. And through Drummond, I hope to catch Irena Saldanis and Valdine. Here. Put this pillow under my coat, will you? Hello.
The Sanglebones Cafe, matey. I smell trouble, eh?
Beneath the setting sun. Tenny, your idea of disguise was a stroke of genius.
I rather like it, sir. No. W-O-N-1, O-N-E, 1. The similarity of sound resulting from the different spellings of Oriental and Occidental words suggests material for an interesting thesis, what?
Yes, and if you mix ideas like that with the clothes you're wearing, you'll get a knife in your gullet down here.
Yes, sir. Your life wouldn't be worth tuppence.
Don't you think I'll telephone Gwen? You know, our baby's being christened tomorrow.
Oh, you'll be there, Algy. I hope. Be careful. Keep your eyes peeled for the number 3. Come on. Right, call.
She rises to rise, and up she rises early in the morning. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning.
How's it easy, Mike? What'll you have?
Mild and bitter. Same here.
Same for me.
Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up
Mild and mild.
hooray, and up she rises.
Stranger, you? I what's it to you?
All right, all right. I was just trying to be friendly-like, and you takes my bloomin' head off. Well, here's luck, mate. You might need it. Know your whereabouts down here?
Oh, you was right, Mighty. I am a stranger.
Lonesome, too, I takes it.
Lonesome ain't the word for it, if you know what I mean.
Come on, then. And unless you want to find her in the river, tell your pals to stay here.
I'll meet you at my car.
Don't you think I'd better?
You heard what he said.
What? I don't think you'd better follow him, sir.
But that bloke looked like a murderer.
Quite right, sir. But he said we were to stay here.
Those two lads mean well, but Drummond told them not to follow him, and he meant it.
Kenny, my mind is made up.
What, again, sir?
Yes.
Get him out of here! They'll ruin my place! Get him out of here! Put him in. And never let them out. You see so?
Yes, you had the right idea, Tenny.
Here, take this. You may need it.
Up to you, my friend.
Well, don't you trust me?
Like a brother.
You are puzzled? Perhaps I can help you.
Lively, lads. But I say, old fellow, come on out of it. And be thankful there's only room in jail for 3 of you. And back there, Holden.
How easily you follow orders, Drummond.
What have you done to Phyllis? Is she all right?
But of course. Would you like to hear her voice?
Let me talk to her.
Speak to him, my dear.
You.
Keep your chin up, dear.
A pretty speech, Drummond.
If Lady Macbeth isn't double-crossing us, we'll get out of this yet.
But you've a long way to go before you find out whether I am double-crossing you or not.
Then let's get on with it. The air in this place won't last forever.
Be grateful that this time it is air.
What am I to do next?
I could kill you now, or leave you here to die. But I've not finished with you. You will suffer just as much as my husband did when his life was taken away from him.
Oh, tell him, please.
You're wasting your time, Drummond. Below you is the Thames River, and I will...
Now find the clue which is hidden below the line.
Good help, Colonel.
I've been wanting to do that for an hour.
Colonel Nielsen, do you think Irena Soldanis intends to release Miss Clavering?
I'm afraid not. And if she suspects the police are on her trail, it'll mean the end of Phyllis.
Do you think we can...
I know we can get to Rockingham Lodge before Drummond. After that, who knows?
One of the words is underscored with a line, but there's nothing below it except what I've just read.
Let me see that again. Well, confound it, Tenny. Where did your sister have to go for that ale?
Here I am now, sir.
It's fine, Effie.
It's because it's so late. That's why I was gone so long, sir. And you know Curlikins? That's what I used to call Henry when he was a baby, sir. When I was a-coming up the stairs, there was the most peculiar old man, and he...
A clue which is hidden below the line. Below the line.
Perhaps this will give you an idea, sir.
I could use one, Tenny. Oh, I'm stuck, LJ. I'm absolutely in the dark.
May I see it, sir?
Yes, Tenny.
I think I have it, sir.
Well, Tenny, what?
An idea, sir. Effie, a match.
Here's your match, Curlikins.
Now, you observe, sir, I light the match. I place the flame under the paper, so. During the war, spies resorted to invisible ink. And I thought...
I thought that this might be one of the times.
What does it say?
Go back to Rockingham. She's giving us the runaround, Alfie.
Maybe she isn't. I mean, we can't be sure until we're certain, can we?
Either way, she's got us lashed to the mast. But we'll beat her, Alfie. By Christopher, we'll beat her. Tenny, my clothes. Yes.
That's where you found me, remember?
Yes, Algy, I remember.
Confound it, Drummond. Why do you have to make so much noise?
Hello, Colonel. Did anything happen while we were gone?
Not here, at any rate.
Why the disguise?
Chase led to Limehouse.
So you're back where you started from.
Yes, confound it.
Think you'll hear from the lady again?
Well, I'm trying to believe I will. Why doesn't something happen? Tenny!
Yes, sir.
Hello, hello? Yes, Gwen. Yes, he's here. Algy? Algy?
Don't worry, will you? Sorry, old boy. But what happened?
Gwen wants to talk to you.
Gwen, is she here?
On the phone.
Oh. Gwen, darling? This is Algy Walgy. Did you miss me, sweet? Oh, of course I do. But you think you like being called Algy Walgy? Now, Bunny One, you know he looks just like you. Let's call him Gwen. What? Oh, yes, that's right. He is a boy, isn't he? If you were a girl, we'd call him Gwenny Wenny, wouldn't we?
Pardon me, Gwen, but I'm expecting an important call. Bye.
Look here, old boy. You...
What?
Nothing.
I brung you something, sir. And if ever I ride in one of them there taxis again, my name ain't Deputy. Listen, I'll have it undone in a moment, sir. I tied it up. Keep your hands to yourself, will you? And I told the taxi man to hurry, but I didn't tell him to break my neck, which he almost did when he hit a bump. Oh, there it is, sir. And the taxi fare come to £1.12 it did.
Pay him, Tenny.
Oh, he's paid, sir. But Curlikins can give me the £1.12.
Where'd you get this?
Why, just after you left, a knock come at the door. And when I opened it, there was a very polite gentleman what wore heavy spectacles. Oh, it's a gramophone record. Maybe we'll have some pretty music. Come on.
I am going to let you see Phyllis within the next hour. She's very brave, Drummond. You should be proud of her. And perhaps she will be proud of you if you find the answer to a line from a certain volume of Wordsworth's poems. Go back to Angler's Rest.
That woman's giving you the runaround, Hugh. Let me handle this, won't you?
If the yard came into this, she would kill Phyllis. Now, Colonel, it's Irina's game, and we've got to play it her way, as long as we know Phyllis is alive. See you later, Colonel.
What's it all about, sir?
That's what I intend to find out.
Scotland Yard, please.
Well, this would have to happen. Tools, Tenny. Here, hold this.
Good evening, gentlemen. May I suggest that you raise your hands, please? Thank you.
It's your trick, Owl Eyes.
And you are vulnerable.
What do we do next?
You, Mr. Longworth, take the captain's gun, please.
Oh, but I say, you...
Do as he says, Algy.
It isn't cricket. And far from it. Drop it. Hands up again, please. Thank you. This way, Captain Drummond.
See you later, Algy.
Well, you are very optimistic, my friend. Oh, also, may I warn you that to fire after my car, as you intend to do, will result only in the sudden elimination of Captain Drummond. Thank you. I see that you understand. After you, my friend.
I shall have to lower my hands.
Please be certain that is all that you do.
We meet again, what?
That's what?
The night is full of surprises.
Yes. And the night is still young.
Good evening.
Ah, Lady Macbeth.
Witty as ever, Drummond. But I am not walking in my sleep. And here is Phyllis, too.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Hugh.
Chin up.
Right.
Face forward, please, Captain.
Hugh,
Yes, darling.
is Drayminster the 5th or 6th most beautiful village in England?
Does it make much difference?
That depends.
Well, then I'll remember it.
It's important.
Is that all you can tell me?
If she tries to tell you more, it will be most unfortunate.
Say only what she's told you to, darling.
You catch on quickly, Drummond. And now, my friend, you better say goodbye to Phyllis.
What again?
You may stop now.
Good hunting, sir.
Bye, darling. Don't worry.
Here we are, sir. Tenny, I came along on the trunk rake just in case.
Oh, brilliant idea,
I
Tenny.
rather like it, sir. That should be Mr. Longworth.
What happened? I thought, Phyllis.
Yeah, chin up, all that sort of thing.
Right, go on. Have you got a book of Wordsworth poems?
Poems?
Yes, poems, rhymes.
Is he all right?
I don't blame you for thinking I'm crazy, but I'm looking for a book of poems by Wordsworth. Do you understand?
What's your name, sir?
Drummond, Captain U.C. Drummond.
Then why didn't you say so? This here was left for you by a gentleman.
With spectacles?
Aye, and everyone's too.
Anything's liable to happen. Have the boys stand by with a car.
Very well, Colonel Nielsen.
Wait a minute. Sitting on that... No, Captain Drummond.
Oh, a bit of... Right, Joe. I wonder if there's anything in that basket. Do you know Wordsworth?
Jose.
What do you got in the basket?
Fish.
Oh, give me another bitter.
Balm, if you ask me.
Captain Drummond,
Yes, Tenny?
while you were investigating the fish, I found this.
The Mere. Landlord!
Well, gents, what'll it be?
Is there a place around here called the Mere?
Aye.
Are you sure?
Go on, go on.
We're doing 50.
Watch out!
Can we get round it? There's a ditch on this side.
Over here, too.
We could hitch up the tow rope and pull it off. It'll take too long. It's only half a mile further. Come ahead.
Algy,
What?
don't forget to call Gwen when we get back.
If we get back. That must be it.
Hang on. Phyllis!
Chilly old place, isn't it?
Open the door, Elsie.
Huh?
Open the door.
Oh.
Well, Elsie, open up. I'll open it.
What again?
Come on, hurry up.
Looks like a bally torture chamber. This must have been where the murdered man kept his dogs. Maybe we better go.
Quiet, Elsie. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 rings. Elsie, is Drayman's the 5th or 6th most beautiful village in England?
Do you think this is the right time to be discussing the relative beauty of villages, Hugh?
Phyllis asked me that question in the car.
I can't see what difference it makes.
From what Irena said, it might make quite a lot. They wrote their little message between the 5th and 6th rings.
Then the rings must have something to do with it.
But wait, Elsie. If we choose the wrong one.
The lady or the tiger, huh?
Or the end of all of us.
Oh. What are you doing?
Don't mind, hold that light out. Stand back, Elsie.
Look out!
Nearly missed the christening that time, Algy. Listen. Gas. Phyllis!
Phyllis, this is a surprise.
Better?
I'm all right.
Good girl.
We've been looking all over the place for you.
Shut up, Algy.
Yes.
Wait here a minute.
Exactly 1 year ago today, you caused my husband's death.
This is the last act, I take it.
Yes, you are right, Drummond.
I don't suppose I could strike a bargain with you.
A bargain?
Yes, for Miss Clavering and Mr. Longworth. After all, they're only innocent bystanders.
It was my plan for the first that you and Miss Clavering should go together. If Mr. Longworth happens to be with you, that's his affair. And now I want you to be quiet and listen very, very carefully. Do you hear it, Drummond?
Yes, I understand. The climax of your jolly little game is a trip to Kingdom Come when this infernal machine goes off. That right?
That was Mikhail's idea.
You seem to have thought of everything.
We will keep them company if we do not get out of here. Come.
How much longer do you think it will be?
Till the place is filled with gas, I suppose.
And then it will blow up.
That's it.
We are being followed.
You? Yes, Alfie?
I wish Gwen were here. I mean, I wish I could call her.
Yeah, let's try wishing that door was open.
Hugh, take it away, take it away, take it away.
Caution off the road. Right, sir. Faster.
Better? Where would you have gone for your honeymoon?
Captain Drummond! Captain Drummond!
Stay here.
Yes, honey, here we are. Are you there, sir? Unlock the door. I can't, sir. There's no key.
Now listen carefully, Kenny. Are the pins and the hinges?
Oh, yes, sir. There are pins.
We'll pull them out.
I can't, sir. They're rusted in.
Kenny, have you got a gun?
Yes, sir.
Now, Kenny, do exactly as I tell you.
Yes, sir.
Put the muzzle of the gun under the top pin.
It's there, sir.
Now pull the trigger.
It worked, sir.
Good. Now the bottom one. Get ready. Come on.
Penny! Yes, sir.
Place is going to blow up any minute. Get out while you have a chance.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't hear you, sir.
You're too late, Nielsen.
One moment.
You surely wouldn't impair a profile that has endured this long, would you?
I might have known, but you didn't. Well, Irena got away.
Oh, no, she didn't. She and Valdine are in my car. And when I'm through with them, they'll be on their way to Paris to
stand trial for murder.
Good work, Colonel.
I think I'll think now.
Oh, don't, darling. Wait until we're married. Tenny, I gave you the license, didn't I?
Yes, sir. I have it here, sir.
Penny, coming, Captain Drummond. I took the liberty of putting a little brandy in it, sir.
It wasn't a liberty, Tenny. That was an act of Christian kindness.
I rather thought you might say so, sir.
Well, Tenny, this is our last day as a bachelor.
Yes, sir. After today, we'll be a married man, sir.
And if we're not, it won't be our fault this time. Let's see. We've done everything Miss Phyllis asked us to. We've stayed shut up in the house for days. No newspapers, no letters, no guns. Tenny, you did dispose of all the guns.
I beg your pardon? Was it? Oh, yes, sir. All the guns.
Tenny, I believe you're Take it.
We're not catching cold, are we, sir?
You can blame Algy if we are. It was his idea taking away our trousers so we couldn't leave the house.
It was a very effective idea, if I may say so, sir.
Tenny, he didn't leave a pair by any chance?
Not even rompers, sir. They've all gone with the luggage. Except, of course, the ones that Mr. Longworth's bringing with him.
And no money, either. I hope Colonel Nielsen won't forget to bring that when he comes.
Oh, I think Colonel Nielsen can be relied upon for that, sir.
And the tickets to Nice, who has them?
Mr. Longworth, sir.
What, Algy? Tickets and trousers both? Oh, that's quite a responsibility for one man.
Especially for Mr. Longworth, if I may say so, sir.
I think I'd better check up on him, Tenny.
Oh, pardon me, sir. We promised Miss Phyllis that we wouldn't use the telephone except in emergency.
But this is an emergency, Tenny. Now, supposing Algy brought the tickets and forgot the trousers. Can you imagine a honeymoon under circumstances like that?
I can, sir. Rather awkward, I'd say, sir.
Then we're agreed that this is an emergency?
Oh, definitely, sir. That is, it has all the earmarks of one.
Hello, Exchange. Get me,
4444, sir.
Algy Longworth, this end. Hello, are you there? Oh, it's you, old fellow. Wedding? What wedding?
Oh, my wedding, you blithering idiot. Now listen, Algy, pay strict attention. Have you got the tickets?
You bet I have. Right here in my pocket.
Good. Now, listen carefully, Algy. Have you got my trousers? Yes, he has them.
May I suggest, sir, that you inquire about mine?
Yes, and have you got Tenny's trousers? Yes, he has them, too.
Thank you, sir.
What, Algy? Algy, have you got your own trousers?
Have I got my own trousers? Now, Hugh, old boy, Uh-oh. Hugh, I forgot to put them on. What'll I do?
Captain Drummond is on the wire, sir.
All right, put him through. Hello, Hugh. What do you want now? Yes, of course, I've got your money and the marriage license, yes.
I simply thought it might be a good idea to...
All you have to do is to stay inside that house of yours and keep out of trouble. What?
I simply ask if you were certain this wedding isn't dragging you away from some important case.
No, there's not a thing on my desk you can stick your long, unwanted, interfering nose into, Hugh Drummond. And you're supposed not to talk on the telephone. Goodbye.
Hello? Of course it's Phyllis. Hugh, darling, you promised not to use the telephone. Has anything happened?
No, darling. I just wanted to know
If she has the rings, sir.
Yes. Have you got the rings?
Of course I've got the rings. Now, will you behave yourself and do as you've been told?
Oh, but, sweetheart, I am. She has the rings. And if I don't get out of this place soon, I'll go crazy.
Pardon me, sir. We shall go crazy, sir.
Yes, we shall go crazy.
I'm leaving right now to pick up Colonel Nielsen at Greystone Manor. We'll be there in no time at all. Of course I love you. Bye.
Goodbye, sweet.
Well, Tenny, she's on her way. Nothing can stop us now. This time we're going to be married.
It would seem so, sir.
It's self-sacrifice that's done it, Tenny. Staying shut up here for days, weeks, years, centuries. But it's worth it, Tenny. It's worth it.
I dare say so. May I make a suggestion, sir?
Well, certainly. What is it?
The telephone, sir.
Yes, what about it?
It might be the one weak link in an otherwise invincible chain, sir.
You're right, Tenny. We might be lured into something over the wire.
Precisely, sir.
Thank you. Now we are protected.
Not wholly, sir. May I further suggest, sir?
Oh, an excellent idea, Tenny.
I rather like it, sir.
Phillips. Phillips, where are you?
Colonel Nielsen? Good evening, Colonel.
Ah. And who are you?
I'm afraid Scotland Yard is slipping.
You didn't wear a beard when you ran away, and your face is darker.
The African sun.
The African sun. I see. The photographs on our files are of a much younger man. Richard Lane. Some kind of an ex-diplomat. Decorated by the Crown during the war for services of unusual merit. Oh, the Crown made a mistake.
So you do remember me?
Scotland Yard never forgets a spy until he's shot.
Oh, Colonel, let's avoid the unpleasant words. Won't you join me?
Oh, how nice of you. May I suggest the sherry? You'll find it excellent.
Oh, fine. Aren't you a bit curious as to why I'm here?
No. You've undoubtedly come all the way from Africa to give yourself up.
Scarcely that.
Well, perhaps you've come to return the plans of the Brenton bomber, which you auctioned off to an enemy government 12 years ago.
My, you have an excellent memory, Colonel.
So they tell me.
I suppose it surprises you that the fox comes hunting for the hound?
You doubtless expect to get away.
Oh, yes, of course. You see, had I called upon you at the yard, the odds would have been too great, even for me.
I dare say.
Oh, yes. Will you excuse me for a moment?
Oh, no, wait a moment.
I'm sorry, Colonel.
I'm only trying to help you. Here's the key.
Oh, my apologies. Luck seems to have turned against me.
You want to know that all important papers are kept in the yard.
Yes, I should have thought about that. You were preparing to attend Captain Drummond's wedding, weren't you?
How do you know about Drummond's wedding?
Your man Phillips was quite informative. It will simplify things a great deal if you are equally so.
And if I retain my clam-like silence?
Won't you sit down? You servicemen are all alike. Very much the same in spirit. Admirable, too, in a way. Now, you, for example, remind me of Commander Knox, when I requested information about the 18-inch coast gun.
So you were responsible for his disappearance?
Yes. Many great nations will pay money for each other's war secrets.
Really?
A great deal of money. Now, isn't it a fact, Colonel, that your government has designs for a radio wave disintegrator which will make it impossible for an enemy to intercept your signals during time of war?
I hadn't heard of it.
Oh, come. The Burton signal apparatus, invented by one of the Yard's own radio technicians. You know all about it. You're going to tell me.
And just how do you propose to make me tell you?
If you persist in being obstinate, Colonel, I'm afraid you'll be late for Captain Drummond's wedding. Good evening.
Good evening. I've called for Colonel Nielsen.
And you are?
Miss Clavering.
Oh, yes, of course, Miss Clavering.
Where's Phillips?
Well, this is Philip's night off.
His night off?
Yes, cinema, I believe.
I talked to him a little while ago. It must have been rather sudden.
It was rather sudden.
Well, I'm in a frightful hurry. I wonder if you'd be good enough to tell the Colonel I'm here.
Miss Clavering, perhaps I'd better explain. You see, I'm the new tenant of Greystone Manor.
The new tenant?
Yes.
But I talked to the Colonel only this morning.
And he didn't tell you?
No.
Well, that's strange. Of course, the Colonel's a busy man, but he turned the place over to me today.
Then he's not here?
No. He's gone to Rockingham Lodge to be with Captain Drummond.
Then I must hurry.
Well, Miss Clavering, since we're going to be neighbors, I do hope to see more of you and Captain Drummond.
You know about the wedding?
Yes, the Colonel told me, and might I offer my good wishes?
Thank you. Do you mind if I ask you something?
No, not at all.
I have the strangest feeling of having known you before.
No, I hardly think so. I couldn't have forgotten so charming an acquaintance.
That's very nice of you. Good night.
Good night, Miss Clavering.
Hello? Get me Captain Drummond at Rockingham Lodge. Hurry, please. But they must answer. Someone's there, I know. Try again.
Louder, Penny, louder.
Oh, I know, sir. I know. A wee spot of Highland nectar.
Oh, Penny, you anticipate my every wish.
With the perfume of the purple heather in every drop, sir.
Well, I do believe you're a poet.
Thank you, sir.
And a good fellow.
Well, you're not so bad yourself, sir. Thank you.
Well, Penny, since it's our last day as a bachelor, shall we drink to...
Miss Phyllis, sir? Aye. And 'tis a bonny lass she is, sir.
That's Elsie. Our pants. Ready, Penny? Sound off! Trousers are coming, what-ho, what-ho, the trousers are coming, what-ho, what-ho, the trousers are here, what-ho, what-ho, is Darling!
Hugh, something terrible.
Who, me?
It's the Colonel. He's gone.
With my money, the scoundrel.
He's been kidnapped.
Do you hear that, Penny? Somebody stole the Colonel.
Great Scott, sir. What'll he be taking next? Generals?
A man with a beard.
And a cast in one eye.
Oh, Hugh, please be serious. There were two men. One with a beard. I couldn't see the
Oh,
other.
no, darling, you've got things all mixed up. I'm the one who finds bearded villains, not you.
Oh, Tenny, you believe me, don't you?
Oh, that is,
We stay in the house and try to keep out of mischief, and now you come along. I know you've got him hidden in the car.
Hugh,
Well, where is he?
I told you I stopped at Greystone to pick him up, and the man with the beard said he was the new tenant.
Now, Colonel Nielsen wouldn't let Greystone to anyone.
He said the Colonel had come on here. But I went back and watched.
Good work, darling.
They brought Colonel Nielsen out unconscious and took him away in his own car.
Way? Where?
I don't know. I tried to phone you.
I cut the wires. Tenny!
Coming, sir. As usual, coming, sir. Your head, sir.
What's that?
Mr. Longworth removed our firearms, sir. So I took the precaution of hiding these.
Tenny, you said there were no guns in the house.
Pardon me, sir.
These are not guns. These are pistols.
See, darling, we kept our word. Good work, Penny.
I rather like it, Holmes.
Hurry, Hugh, hurry.
I say, you, Phyllis, I've got your pants. I mean, where are you going? Greystone Manor. Greystone Manor?
Oh.
You look in there, Tenny.
I'll look in the...
You'll come with me.
There's the Colonel's briefcase.
Hello, operator. This is Captain Drummond speaking from Colonel Nielsen's residence. Will you get me Scotland Yard immediately? Yes. Yes, you can call me here.
Hugh, look.
Tenny! Coming, sir. Easy now.
Captain Drummond.
Phillips, old man, who did this?
It was Richard.
Yes? This may help, sir. Drummond speaking. Yard? Yes, get me Inspector Blair, quickly. Who was it, Phillips? Can't you tell me?
It was Richard Lane.
Richard Lane?
Now I know why his face was so familiar. I remember his picture in the papers, without a beard.
Well, Nielsen's been after him for years. Hello, Blair. This is Drummond. I'm at Nielsen's. He's been kidnapped. I said kidnapped. Yes, by Richard Lane. I don't care if Lane hasn't been in England for years. He was here half an hour ago.
Captain Drummond.
Just hold on a moment. Yes, Phillips?
Got an airplane. Yeah, Hampton Heath.
Yes?
They're taking him to
Where, Phillips? Where?
Africa. Somewhere near Arby, Morocco.
Hello, Blair. The butler says Lane has a plane on Hampton Heath. Yes, they're taking Nielsen to Morocco, somewhere near Arby. Yes, Morocco. Right, you send some men to the Heath. If I get there in time, I'll try to stop him. Right.
Isn't there something we can do?
We can get the man who killed him. Come on, dummy.
Now, where are you going? Hampton Heath, sir. Hampton Heath? I wish you make up your minds where you are going to get married.
You think you'll be all right?
Yes, of course he'll be all right.
Hey, look. There's the plane.
They've seen us.
Well, it wasn't a bad idea, Tenny.
It wasn't a good one, sir.
You! You're crazy. I mean, are you crazy?
Are those my pants, Elsie?
Yes, but...
Never mind, later.
Oh, but listen,
Never mind, Elsie. Tell you what, Tenny. Excuse me, darling.
But Hugh, I'm in a dinner. Have you gone slightly balmy?
I'm mad, if that's what you mean.
Mad? Oh, you mean angry, annoyed, irritated elsewhere. What about?
Plane, Elsie. Colonel Nielsen's in it.
What's he doing up there?
Kidnapped, Elsie. Kidnapped.
Kidnapped? Nielsen? I say, but you're sure you're quite all right. I mean, the wedding, the excitement, and all that sort of thing.
Of course I'm all right, Elsie. You blame Phyllis for this. She started it.
Phyllis?
I saw the men put Colonel Nielsen in his car.
What for?
We're going to follow and find out.
was that?
Police. Don't say anything about trying to follow Nielsen. They might try to stop us. Captain Drummond. Hello, Sergeant.
The yard called us on the wire, sir.
Yes, it's too bad you didn't get here 5 minutes earlier. There's your man up there. There's the car they used to abduct Colonel Nielsen. You better take a look at it.
Right, sir.
Now's our chance to get away, Algy. Tenny?
Come here, sir. Come on, say, Hugh. Where are we going? Possibly Africa. Africa?
Tenny, get those doors open. Very good, sir. Algy, you better check that reserve tank in case we need it.
Right. Oh. Captain Drummond. Just a moment, sir.
Well, Sergeant?
I see we're just in time, sir.
Time for what?
To carry out orders, sir.
Orders, Sergeant?
Aye, sir. To see that you do not leave England tonight.
You mean to tell me I can't take my plane for a flight if I want to?
Orders, sir. The yard wants no interference in handling a certain case.
Oh, well, we're just going for a pleasure flight. A few friends, you know.
Up in the clouds. You know, good for asthma and all that sort of thing.
Yes, you see?
Sorry, sir. Orders is orders. Jenkins, you remain here until relieved.
Very good, Sergeant.
This plane is not to be taken out. Understand?
This plane is not to be taken out. Excuse me. I say it's you.
Later, Algy, later. Algy, open the parachute box.
But the chutes are in the...
In the box, where they belong.
In the box?
Yes, Algy. In the box. Locked in the box.
Oh, that's right. It's locked in the box. Yes. I'll see if they're still there.
Goodbye, darling.
Hugh, don't try anything. He's the law.
I've got to, darling. It's our only chance.
If you're that crazy, I'll be crazy too. I'm going with you.
You're staying here.
I'm not. This was supposed to be our wedding night, in case you've forgotten.
I know, darling. I'm sorry, but I love you and I want to marry you and I'm going to marry you, but not tonight. Now, will you please get in the car and run along?
Oh, all right. I suppose I'll have to. Goodbye. And be careful.
Good girl. Smoke, Constable?
Not when on duty, sir.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I only meant to show there were no hard feelings.
Oh, I understand, sir. Thank you, sir.
You wouldn't mind if we inspect our parachutes as long as we're here?
Well, I suppose it'll be all right, sir.
If you have any doubts, you can come and watch us.
Oh, that's all right, sir. It's not that I don't trust you, but...
Orders is orders.
That's right, sir. Orders is orders.
Thank you. What's the matter, Algy?
Oh, there's something stuck down there. I simply can't get them out.
I'm ashamed of you, Algy. A big, strong fellow like you. I guess you're right, Algy. You do seem to be stuck. Lend me your hand. Oh, I suppose we'll have to give it up.
Oh, don't say give up, gentlemen. Let me give you a hand.
Oh, no, don't bother, Constable. You might strain yourself.
Oh, nonsense. They used to call me Little Goliath.
No.
Now, you watch me. Here, I say you can't do that. Here. What are you doing?
Leap off. Beautiful, Algy.
Penny! Ready, sir.
Give the hand here. Swing out of here. And this, Algy, was to have been my wedding night.
By Jove, Hugh, that reminds me.
Of what?
This will still have been your wedding night.
That's what I said.
Well, that's when I heard it.
There are times, Algy, when silence is...
golden?
Yes, when silence is golden.
That's what Penny said. Oh, I see. And you mean that this is one of those times, huh?
Emphatically. Oh, I hated running out on Phyllis like that, but we couldn't bring her with us.
Of course not. No. Danger and all that sort of thing, you know.
Pardon me, sir. Your gun, sir?
Oh, yes, certainly. What? Jolly business, what?
It depends upon the point of view, sir. I say, Hugh.
Yes, Algy?
Can we depend on that thing?
Yes, Algy. Algy, it's about 1,200 miles. We should reach the African coast by dawn, barring accidents.
Accidents? Hugh, you haven't had a crash yet, have you?
There can always be a first time, Algy.
Oh, of course, there can always be a first time. What?
Don't worry, old boy. I think we'll get through all right.
I hope.
Miss
Darling.
Phyllis.
I know I shouldn't, but here I am, and here we are.
This is a surprise. Here, sit down.
Well, darling, now you're in the soup with the rest of us.
Nice soup.
I've often wondered about it, and now I know.
What?
Why I love you.
Do you think we could be married in Morocco? Or would they make us use a Mohammedan priest?
Well, then we'd be Mohammedans, and I could have a harem.
That would be lovely. But don't try it.
Well, here we go. You better fasten your belts.
Buenos días, señor. Buenos días.
What? Oh, splendid, yes, splendid.
Buenos días, señorita. Welcome to Souk El Arbi.
Thank you.
Have your landing permit? Huh? Landing permit, old boy.
Oh, landing permit.
Si, senor.
Well, you see, we left England rather hurriedly, and...
Oh, you must have a landing permit, senor.
Yes, we'll arrange for it at the British consulate.
Oh, the Capitan is attached to the consulate?
Well, not exactly, but I'm sure that they'll see that everything is in order.
The consulate will not open its doors for several hours, senor.
In that case, we'll take a look around the town, what?
Yes. Oh, that will not be possible, senor, until later.
Oh, I see. Not until later.
Si, senor.
Shall we, Algy?
I don't think so.
We're losing our grip, Algy. Arby has a hotel, no doubt.
Hotel? Si, senor. The Hotel de Maroc. We'll escort you there.
Yes, I thought perhaps you would. After you.
Oh, after you, senor. After you.
Welcome to Arby, darling.
Romantic, isn't it?
If the heat of an African sun can be classed as romantic, sir.
Right you are.
Right you are.
Right you are.
Yes?
Mr. Fagart to see you, sir.
Let him come in.
Yes, Major.
Ah, good morning, Charles.
Major?
Sit down. Sit down.
Thank you.
You're quite a stranger.
Yes, I rarely leave my place, you know. Pretty much of a hermit.
Don't you find life a bit dull in that country place of yours?
As a matter of fact, Major, that's why I'm here. I've decided to have a little fling. London, Paris.
Paris.
Yes, it's been over a year since I was away. I'll enjoy it, I think.
I wish I could go with you.
I wish you could, Major. And, oh, yes, by the way, of course, I'll need a visa for my passport.
Oh, that's easy. Just see McAllister across the hall.
Fine, thank you. Well, goodbye, Major.
And goodbye, sir, and I wish you a pleasant journey.
Thank you.
Yes?
Captain Drummond is here to see you, sir.
Oh, send him in.
Yes, sir. That door, Captain.
Thank you. Would you mind waiting here?
Certainly not, senor.
Captain Drummond?
I'm glad to know you, Major Gray.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Drummond, you stand in danger of arrest by the local authorities for landing here without a permit.
Yes, it's about arranging for a permit that I'm here.
Consulate regulations state that all subjects of the Empire shall receive any assistance of which they may stand in need. And Scotland Yard has cabled me to assist you according to the regulations.
It's very decent of them.
Furthermore, the Yard has ordered me to assist you back to England in double quick time.
But, Major, you don't understand.
I understand perfectly. I've ordered your plane service, and the moment it's ready, off you go. You're lucky we're not leaving you in a Moroccan jail for a few weeks.
But, Major,
Just a moment, please.
Yes, Major?
Did a guard accompany Captain Drummond?
Yes, Major.
Ask him to step into the hall.
Very good, sir.
Major, when I left England...
I know all about you, Drummond. You left England in defiance of an official order, after resisting an officer of the Crown.
That constable didn't know I was coming to Arby.
But Scotland Yard did. Captain Drummond is returning to England. He's not to leave his hotel without authority from me and under escort.
Si, senor. See ya, Major. I tell you, Colonel Nielsen was kidnapped.
Rubbish, Drummond. The Yard warned me you'd say something like that.
Cable him again. Ask him if he's in his office.
Well, Major, I'm off.
Well, goodbye, sir, and good luck.
Thank you.
Just a moment. You're Richard Lane.
You're mistaken, Drummond.
Mistaken my eye. Major, this man is Richard Lane. He's murdered Nielsen's butler and kidnapped Nielsen. This is the man I followed in my plane.
That's enough, Drummond.
But, Major,
This gentleman is Mr. Charles Mager. To my knowledge, he hasn't been out of Arby for a year. My apologies, sir. I hope you'll overlook this.
Perfectly all right, Major. Good day, sir.
Major, that man was in England last night.
Captain Drummond, you will be notified when your plane is serviced. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
After you, senor.
Thank you.
Do you think Lane knows wrong to him, sir?
I'm certain he doesn't. Is McTurk back yet?
No, not yet, sir.
Well, what do you want?
I'm afraid these will have to be burned.
McTurk. That's a perfect disguise.
It's too perfect, Major.
Well, what did you find out?
They've got Nielsen all right. I wasn't 100 yards away when that plane came down.
Lane's place, of course.
Right. I flashed Nielsen a heliograph message and scouted around the house about a quarter of a mile away. And I waited for 3 or 4 hours, and just as I was about to give up, I caught a flash of light. Heliograph signal from one of the upper windows.
What did his message say?
Safe so far. Lane expecting 3 of his agents. Delay raid until tonight.
I don't like it.
These are his orders.
He's gambling his life, and I won't risk it. 14, you made arrangements with the local police for the raid, as I told you.
No, Major.
Well, why haven't you?
Because there will be no raid.
What's the meaning of this?
Will you gentlemen please raise your hands?
Sir.
I wouldn't try that if I were you. There's a car in the rear, Major.
Ah. Well, you, found your quarters comfortable, Colonel?
Quite. The confinement is becoming a little monotonous.
Yes, yes, I understand perfectly. If you come with me, perhaps I can relieve that monotony. Are you, wondering about your chances of escape?
Naturally.
Of course, you're too smart. At least I hope you are to attempt it.
Oh, thank you.
After you, Colonel.
As you say.
A little kingdom of my own, Colonel. You know, far from the maddening crowd. Hello, Boo-Boo. Mimi? How's Mabel over there?
Is that Mabel?
Yes. My pets, Colonel.
Your pets?
Yes, yes, I find them extremely useful.
Yes, I imagine they do discourage visitors.
Oh, no, no. On the contrary, they welcome visitors. If you follow me.
Yes, I'll follow you.
I thought you would. Now, this fellow over here, he's a favorite. But, we mustn't go too close.
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
Gentlemen, I have a surprise for you. Allow me to present our old opponent, Colonel Nielsen.
How do you go?
Colonel Venenda Ackley. Charm.
Delighted.
Ackley is the agent who obtained from your government the plans for the Sudan.
Which were changed immediately, rendering them valueless.
Yes, but not before we sold them. At a very nice figure.
Really? Very clever, I'm sure.
And this is Dr. Sturm.
Doctor?
How do you do? Baronetsky? Oh, have all arrangements been made for Captain Drummond's departure?
Yes, sir, all arrangements. Drummond's plane will explode in midair.
That means that Captain Drummond and his party will vanish at about 100 miles at sea. Have you nothing to say, Colonel?
You underestimate Captain Drummond's ability.
You know, Nielsen, I rather admire you. I think under different circumstances we could get along well together.
The circumstances would, as you say, have to be different.
Oh, yes, yes, of course, different. Colonel.
Thank you.
To a very courageous opponent. Courageous even in defeat.
And may I, in the depth of my defeat, offer a toast?
Why, surely.
To men who have lost all sense of honor. To men who have disgraced the countries that gave them birth. To you, gentlemen.
After dinner, we will discuss Colonel Nielsen's toast. In detail. Have a chair, Colonel.
Thank you so much.
I'd hate to be in this plane when this thing goes off.
What time are you setting it for?
Ordin said at 9 o'clock.
I say, Hugh, those dancing fellas are doing some pretty nifty tailspins.
Alfie, now is not the time to become analytical about the terpsichorean peculiarities of some Derling dervishes.
Derling dervishes?
Yes, whirling dervishes. Huh? Here, lend a hand with those sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure to tie the knots double because we can't use broken legs.
But, Hugh, how are we going to find Lane's place after which... Well, that is, if we do get out of here.
We'll worry about that when we get out.
Yes, but
if
then...
Lane has a place, Algy will find it. And Colonel Nielsen, too.
Right.
That's Phyllis, I hope.
See.
They are up to something.
Caporal, you are the most suspicious one.
Good work, darling.
I rather like it, sir.
I still don't think it's long enough to reach the ground.
Well, Algy, if we can work our way along that ledge, it'll reach from the balcony.
Yeah. And only 50 feet to a nice stone courtyard below. Now, if you want to know what I'm in favor of doing...
What, Algy?
I'm in favor of trying it.
Yes, that's what I thought. Now, darling, promise me something.
Yes, sir.
Promise me that you'll stay here.
But...
And not try to follow us.
But...
But me no buts, darling. You stay here or else.
Or else what?
Or else I'll thrash you.
Yes, Captain Drummond. But don't try it.
Goodbye, darling. Here we go. You next, Algy, and then Penny.
Be careful, Hugh. Shh. Come back here. There's someone at the door.
Delay them. Tell them I'm in the bath or something.
Why do you take so long, senor?
I was attending Captain Drummond.
And the captain is...
In his bath.
Ah, then we will wait. See? Senorita, senor, Senor Fordine of the British Conk.
How do you do?
Good evening. If you don't mind, I'll wait for the captain.
Huh?
Yes, of course. We were just listening to the music.
Yeah, and jolly good music, too. Yeah, sounds just like music.
And the music should come in much better if I open the window.
No!
Yes.
Have a drink. You too, Constable boy. Have a drink. I'm just going to pour one.
We saw Captain Drummond go into that room, did we not?
See here with the others.
Did we see him come out?
No.
Yes, the gentleman said he was in his bag.
That is so.
It cannot be so.
Why?
There is one bedroom on each floor. And the bedroom, it is not in there. It is down there.
Then, if he's not there, he must be there.
And yet they say he is not.
Then is he or is he not in his room?
Something is very, very strange.
So, we shall see. Perdón, señorita. Señores, Where is Captain Drummond?
I've already told you, Captain Drummond is in his bath.
Bath? It is not all right if my guest desires a bath. There is no bath, senor. There is no bath? Not in here. Over there. Search that room.
Si, Capral. Yeah.
Stand aside. Ha! So!
Yeah, quite so.
And what, senor, is this for?
Climb an Alp. Well, darling.
Good evening, Captain Drummond.
Well, I can't agree with you, but we won't argue the point.
I have Major Gray's instructions.
Oh, yes, I know. Mr. Fordine, Miss Clavering. This gentleman has come to escort us to our plane and out of Morocco.
I'm sorry, sir.
Well, here we go.
But, Hugh, we can't leave without Colonel Nielsen.
Oh, you need have no fears about Colonel Nielsen, Miss Clavering.
I suppose he's safe at his office in London?
Yes, we received a cablegram from Scotland Yard assuring us that Colonel Nielsen did spend the day in his office.
As usual.
As usual.
But he couldn't. I saw those men carry him out of the
Yes,
house.
I know, darling, but this gentleman says he spent the day in his office, as usual.
But, Hugh...
We have no choice, darling. And my ship is in order?
Oh, perfect order, Captain.
Get your coat, darling.
Captain Drummond, you will fly directly to England.
Well, there seems to be no point in doing anything else if Colonel Nielsen is there.
Well, then, goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, senores.
Buen viaje.
Yes, senor.
Come along, Algy.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, old boy. I hope I don't see you again. That is, unless we happen to meet.
Adios, senor.
Nice peoples. Too bad they could not get the landing permit.
Oh, they'll forget about it in an hour or so.
You don't believe Nielsen's in England?
Of course I don't.
Then why have we been flying out to sea for the past half hour?
Monkey business, Algy.
Monkey business?
In case our Mr. Fordine decided to follow us.
So we're turning back.
Turning back?
Right now. If we're caught, engine trouble. They wouldn't ask us to come down at sea in a land plane, would they?
Well, let's not ask them, huh? If we're returning, sir, might I suggest that we land somewhere near Mr. Richard Lane's place?
That's easier said than done, Tenny. We don't know where it is.
Oh, but we do, sir. I made inquiries among the hotel staff as to the residence of Mr. Charles Meagher. Mr. Richard Lane to us, sir.
Good work, Tenny.
I rather thought you might like it, sir. I've indicated it on this travel folder.
X marks the spot, eh?
Yes, sir. The place is just there, sir. The land to the west is fairly level.
Good. Well, here go the flares.
If anyone's watching, those flares will be a dead giveaway.
Take that chance, darling. The moment we land, everybody get out and run. We'll soon know if they've spotted us. We were supposed to be well out at sea when that happened.
Instead of which, we're less than a mile from Lane's house.
And that's as close as you're going to get, my love. Penny, you stay here with Miss Phyllis. Very good.
Hugh!
Right here.
But...
No arguments now.
Yes, sir.
That's better. Take my gun.
Our guns, if you will remember, my love, were confiscated by the police.
Not all of them, miss. If you wouldn't mind just turning your head for a second. I carried this just in case.
Good work, Tenny.
Brilliant idea. I rather like it, Tom.
Goodbye, darling.
Somehow or other, we're always saying goodbye.
Let's hope this will be the last time.
Let's hope it won't.
Take good care of it, Tenny.
With my life, sir.
Out of sight, darling. Come along, Elsie.
Be careful, Hugh.
Sit down. Transmit this in code for our London agents. Well, you enjoyed your dinner?
The condemned man ate a hearty meal.
Let Colonel Nielsen, gentlemen, serve as a model. A sense of humor in the face of death. Now, I suppose you're ready to tell us about the radio wave disintegrator?
Well, if I have to die, I don't see that I'd gain much by it.
That's right.
Doubly right to make it more emphatic.
Are you suggesting a bargain?
For my life? Most decidedly.
Well, now, of course, if I were to turn you loose, that would mean that I have to establish new headquarters. Very difficult thing to do.
I have something you want. Now, you can sell this disintegrator idea for millions. Enough to buy a dozen places like this.
Yes, that's true, but what assurance have I that you're telling the truth?
Well, what assurance have I that you'd turn me loose if I did?
Well, that's a chance you'll have to take.
Is that final?
That's final. You may proceed.
The radio wave disintegrator is a means by which the signals, either voice or dot and dash code, are reversed in transmission. The low frequencies becoming high frequencies, and vice versa.
There's nothing new to that, Colonel.
On the contrary, a single word, transmitted in normal code, informs the receiving station of the carrier wave combination being used in this special transmission.
How does it sound, Doctor? I'll ask a few questions, please. And let's hope, Colonel, that you have the correct answers.
He promised not to follow them, miss.
Well, I just can't stay here doing nothing.
Of course, miss, if you decided to have a little scout around, I'd have to follow you, wouldn't I?
An excellent idea, Tenny. Come on.
And you cannot explain the means by which the transposed signals are separated from the fluctuating carrier wave?
Unfortunately, no.
Doctor, what do you think? The gentleman is lying. Yes, I was afraid so.
Shall we? Have a chance, Elsie. Wait.
You put very little value on your life, Colonel.
It was worth a try.
I'm wondering if you tell the truth to save 3 lives.
I have only one.
I'm referring to your friend Major Gray and his assistant, McTurk.
What do you know about Gray and McTurk?
I have them upstairs. Their lives depend on you. Now, I'll drive the bargain. Furnish us with the information Dr. Sturm says you're withholding, and I guarantee that you and your friends will be released within a week.
By whom, may I ask?
The local police. They'd be informed.
May I think it over?
You may. You have exactly 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Hugh, I don't think we better go that way. Quiet, Elsie. Man's chained. Come on.
say, Hugh, he's not at all bad looking when he's asleep, is he? Quiet, Elsie. Lend me a hand here. Up. That ought to hold him, huh? I think so, Elsie. We can use this. Hugh. Close the door, Elsie. Major Gray. Major Gray.
Still disobeying orders, Drummond.
Carry on.
This chap's in pretty bad shape.
See if there's some water around here, Elsie.
Your pets seem a little restless tonight.
Yes. And hungry. Well, Colonel, have you decided?
Not yet.
In that case, perhaps we can assist you. This way, please. Thanks. All right, Colonel, stand back. Iron will bend, Colonel. You can still save yourself by telling the truth. Right. Come on.
I'm going through there and sneak up on him. Right, old boy. Where'd he get you? My arm. Come on, let's get out here.
Come on out, Drummond.
Drummond! Captain Drummond! Captain Drummond! Oh, come, come.
Fine fellow, Drummond.
I rather like him, sir.
Stop chasing that train, you Drummond.
Auntie, the engineer would think I'm a quitter if I stop now. See?
Keep your eyes on the road.
Phyllis here, I can't. Only 20 more hours, darling.
May I say I hope so, sir? May I say I doubt if there will ever be a wedding?
Now, what could prevent our marriage this time?
What prevented it 5 other times? Fires, murders, explosions, everything short of an earthquake.
But this time, Auntie...
I'm not your aunt, Hugh Drummond.
Oh, we made it.
Something seems to whisper, my love. That was only the beginning.
Of our happy married life.
Or of a trip to the hospital.
Pardon me, my good man, but would you be good enough to tell me the way to I've forgotten where I want to go. This is Rockingham, sir. Rockingham? Oh, yes, quite so, yes. Rockingham Tower, the residence of Captain Drummond. Go right up the old Roman road. All you have to do is follow the furniture vans. Follow the furniture vans? Now, why on earth should I want to follow furniture vans? Well, you see, Captain Drummond's always lived at the lodge. But he's getting married tomorrow, so they're opening the towers. First time in 20 years, sir. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, yes, quite so. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Rather warm for the time of the year, don't you think? Hey, it's warm, all right, but it's August, you know. August? My calendar said January. I must have forgotten to turn it. Thank you so much. Up the Roman road, follow the furniture vans, Captain Drummond.
How are you, Tenny?
Thank you, Miss Anderson. Captain Drummond.
Oh, Tenny.
I'll put these in water, if I may.
How things are in the car, Tennyson?
I'll see to them, miss. Your rooms are in the east wing. The towel will be ready by dinner time, sir.
Good, Tenny. And tomorrow?
I've made all arrangements, sir. Rehearsal at 11 and the wedding at 12.
And it's the last chance you'll have if I have anything to say about it, Hugh Drummond.
Do you hear that, Tenny? No nonsense. This time we've got to get married.
As they say in America, sir, this time it is in the bag.
I don't like American slang, Tennyson.
Shall I show you to your rooms, miss?
Bosh. Spent half my time here when I was a girl. Coming, Phyllis?
Presently, Aunt Blanche.
I'm afraid Auntie doesn't like us.
But I do.
That will be Mr. Longworth, sir.
Yes, making himself useful again.
I'm afraid so, sir.
How's yourself? I don't know, old boy. Well, the way you saved that valise is remarkable.
Quite acrobatic, what?
Yes,
Hello, Auntie. Hello,
hello,
Captain.
hello, boy. The sparkle in those eyes can mean only one thing. Happiness. Scotland Yard waits while I attend your wedding.
Thank you, Colonel. By the way, did I hear a crash?
Oh, yes. All the way from the top shelf, old boy. I never broke it.
It's lucky for you, Algy. That's a genuine Ming worth 200 pounds.
200 pounds? I better put it right.
Oh. It was worth 200 pounds, old boy.
This way, Mr. Bolton. Mr. Tennyson should be somewhere about.
Mr. Tennyson?
He's in charge of the staff.
I thought the butler was usually in charge.
Captain Drummond's gentleman's gentleman. He's the one you have to keep your eye on at Rockingham. Why, he's even discharged the new cook. That came only this morning. Because she didn't agree with him about the Yorkshire pudding. He's the whole cheese, I can tell you.
Quite so, Mrs. Thomas. The cheese, the whole cheese.
Oh, I'm sure, sir, I didn't mean that.
Quite so. You'll see that those roses are put in Miss Clavering's room.
Yes,
You're Bolton, the new butler?
Shaftesbury's agency sent me down, Mr. Tennyson.
Been in some nice families.
Oh, yes, sir, the very best.
Yes, you'll begin your duties at once. Mrs. Thomas will show you to your quarters.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
State papers of Roger Bacon. How frightfully interesting. Wonder what edition it is. Oh.
Excuse us, sir.
Oh, that's quite all right. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Wait. Pardon me, is there something you want, sir?
Oh, no, nothing at all, no. Oh, is that my tea? Well, just put it somewhere.
Pardon me, sir, but this is Captain Drummond's tea.
Oh, Captain Drummond, yes. Oh, I asked him to come and see me, yes. Show him in.
Pardon me, sir, but Captain Drummond is in.
Oh, Stuart, I came to see him, didn't I? Yes. Well, just a moment. Ah. Would you be so good as to tell him I'm here?
Very good, sir. You'll wait here?
Oh, yes, I'll wait, yes. Come in. That's odd. I distinctly heard a knock.
These things have no fixed value, only what a collector's willing to pay for them.
Splendid. Gentlemen to see you, sir.
Oh. Professor Downey, Research Department, Museum of Historical Documents.
Downey? What's he doing here?
Well, do you know him, Colonel?
Well, I met him.
In Scotland Yard?
You know, Hugh, just because I happen to associate with you and your friends does not necessarily mean that all my acquaintances are rascals.
I like that.
I'd see him if I were you, Hugh. He's a quaint old bird. Knows more English history than any man I've ever heard of.
I'll show him in, Tenny.
Very good. Yeah. Good as new, almost.
That makes me feel much better.
I'm so glad of that. Just let it dry for a few hours, will you?
I'll put it where it will be safe.
Be careful, Algy.
Not twice, Hugh.
Oh. Professor Downey.
Dear me, did you break something?
Well, Professor Downey, I'm Hugh Drummond. You're just in time for tea.
Oh, I just had some tea out there. Oh, I see you've got some more here. How jolly.
This is Algy Longworth.
Longworth. Anglo-Norman name, 11th century.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Won't you come and meet my friends, Professor?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Phyllis, may I present Professor Downey, Miss Clavering.
Charmed.
And Colonel Nielsen of Scotland Yard.
How are you? Oh, fellow Scot. And what part, might I ask, of Scotland?
Excuse me. No, Professor, you misunderstand. Colonel Nielsen is Commissioner of Scotland Yard.
Oh, yes, I wrote a history about it once. Rather overrated, I fear.
Scotland Yard?
Oh, no, my book.
Tea, Professor?
Oh, thanks. Nothing like a good cup of hot tea on a cold January day. Oh, perhaps I should explain the reason of my visit. It's about the treasure.
Treasure? What treasure?
I estimate the value to be in the neighborhood of £1 million. Of course, in the days of Charles I, the value of the pound wasn't...
What on earth are you talking about, Professor?
Oh, I better explain. Yes, I will explain. You've heard of Borry Ishliani?
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, he was my assistant in the museum until I had him arrested 3 years ago.
Arrested? What for?
For theft, sir. Theft of these. At least I should say it can't be theft since I've still got them. He was a scoundrel, sir. A sane, clever, thinking scoundrel, sir, who masqueraded under the name of Seaton. Henry Seaton.
Stop it, Hugh, before something happens.
Not a chance, darling. Professor, may I ask what those papers are?
Oh, these are the plans of the ancient rooms and passages below Rockham Tower.
What, my own place?
Yes. And this is the diary of Colonel John Cooper, a royalist officer under Charles I.
One of my ancestors, darling. There's a portrait of him in the long gallery.
Yes, we have a copy in the museum. Look rather a blackguard, a bit like you, Captain Drummond. Did I say something amusing?
Not at all, Professor. Please go on.
Let me see, where was I? Oh, yes, I was puzzled as to why Seton should want to steal these particular papers. So I made a study of them, together with all contemporary documents I had in my possession. And I came to the conclusion that there is a treasure, king's treasure, hidden somewhere. Here, perhaps, under our very feet.
Did you hear that, darling? Right here in Rockingham.
I might have known it.
And now, this is what Colonel Cooper says in his diary. Riding all day and all night, got safely to Rockingham with the king's treasure.
Do you hear that, darling?
I heard.
My wound very painful. Conceal all the treasure in the passages without arousing suspicion of the servants. There it will remain until my royal master hath need of it. Those are the passages, Captain Drummond, according to the plans. Rockingham is positively honeycombed.
My, I was through them scores of times when a boy.
Then you saw the crypt, the Tower of the Waters, the Chamber of the Spikes?
The what?
The Tower of the Water, the Chamber of Spikes.
No, darling. No, they are new to me, sir.
Then you haven't seen the places mentioned in this diary.
Perhaps I didn't see them all. My father had the entrance to those passages walled up.
Where was the entrance?
In one of the storerooms, I believe. Why, the one directly below this, as a matter of fact.
Obviously, there's another set of passages. The diary describes them minutely.
And where's the entrance to those passages, Professor?
Unfortunately, Colonel, I cannot tell you yet.
Good.
You see, this diary makes use of a device very common at the time, a secret cipher, so that it conceals the exact location. Observe.
And there it will remain until my royal master hath need of it. U-R-E-Z-Q-S-L-T-I-S.
Sounds like Greek to me.
Oh, no, my dear sir. If it were Greek, there'd be no difficulty.
Well, it's all very exciting, Professor, but I'm afraid it's not going to make us much richer. How's that, darling?
My dear sir, you are wrong. I have already made progress in reading the cipher.
You have?
Mm-hmm. But I am hampered as to exact data concerning the tower itself. Now, I thought perhaps if I might see it.
Professor, I'm to be married tomorrow. And the treasure that becomes mine then is all that interests me.
Bravo, darling. That's a very pretty speech.
But I should be glad to have you as my guest for as long as you may require to carry out your researches.
Oh, my dear Captain Drummond, you make me very happy. What a wonderful adventure this is going to be.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Professor Downey asked me to give you this, sir. He said he thought you might like to read it tonight.
Cooper's diary, eh?
Very thoughtful of him.
Made him comfortable, Tenny?
In the north wing, sir. He's engrossed in studying the cipher.
You might put it beside my bed.
Very good, sir.
Your elaborate indifference doesn't fool me a bit, Hugh Drummond. I know you're positively aching to tear Rockingham to pieces, stone by stone.
But darling, £1 million.
Hugh, please, won't you tell him to... What a fool I am.
On my record, darling, you're justified in expecting battle, murder, and sudden death.
If anything should happen now...
Not this time, sweet. We'll be married tomorrow at the stroke of 12.
What prevented it 5 other times? Fires, murders, explosions, everything short of an earthquake.
Sweet darling, get married tomorrow. Where's the clergyman, Elsie?
He'll be a long old boy. Don't get nervous.
I thought everything was arranged.
Don't worry, darling, it is.
Cut it out, big boy.
Don't tell me married life is going to spoil your sense of humor.
Bet you forgot the ring.
Quit to a giraffe's neck, I haven't.
Hugh, you really want to marry me, don't you?
Can you imagine my not wanting to marry you?
Hugh Drummond, you have the most uncanny faculty for getting into trouble, just when you're about to be married.
You're wasting your time, Drummond. Below you is the Thames River, and I will.
Penny! Yes, sir. The place is going to blow up any minute. Get out while you have a chance.
Penny. Penny! I tried to give satisfaction to him.
Louder, Penny, louder.
Battle, murder, and sudden death.
If anything should happen now.
This time, sweet. We'll be married tomorrow at the Spook.
You know wedding out of it. I am the best man.
Here, what?
Captain Drummond! Captain Drummond! Help! Mr. Longworth! Colonel...
Tenny, what happened?
We appear to have had a slight touch of nightmare, sir.
There was no nightmare that hit me on the chin.
Then it wasn't you who hit me, sir? Hey, open the door.
Have you two been fighting?
Fighting? Oh, no, sir.
Hugh,
No, darling, there's nothing to worry about.
I warned you if we came down here, something would happen.
What was it? Probably a second-story man, Colonel. Thought Rockingham was still unoccupied. We rather got the worst of it, eh, Tenny?
It could hardly be called a holiday, sir. Let's go after the Blackers, old boy.
Well, there was only one, Algy, only one.
Only one? You mean you let one man knock you both down and then get away? Oh, dear, you're slipping, old thing. You too, Tenny.
And we are humiliated, sir.
Phyllis, you mark my words. He'll wriggle out of this wedding just as he did all the others.
Well, that's hardly fair, Aunt Blanche. I was just reading Colonel Cooper's diary. It's gone.
And so am I. Good night.
Colonel, somebody beside Downey thinks there's treasure hidden in Rockingham.
You didn't see his face?
I couldn't see anything because of that pillow. Afterwards, we smashed the lamp and it was too dark.
Hugh, you really want to marry me, don't you?
Can you imagine my not wanting to marry you?
Then let's leave here now. We can be in London in an hour and...
All right, darling, we'll do that very thing.
Captain Drummond's room? Yes, Professor Downey. He wants to speak to you. Says it's urgent.
Don't talk to him, Hugh.
He's my house guest, darling. I must.
All right.
That old girl is quite all right. Nothing's going to happen.
Yes, Professor. Yes, I know it's midnight.
He's 6 minutes late.
You have? He solved the cipher. Go on, Professor. Are you certain?
Yes, yes, yes. I can lead you directly to the hiding place. Henry Seton.
Hello. Hello, are you there?
So you know where the treasure is, Professor Downey?
Yes, Henry. Now I know why you tried to steal the Cooper diary.
You saved me a lot of work.
Line's dead.
I knew it.
Tenny!
I have them here, sir.
I give up.
Now, darling.
I know it's not your fault. The fates are against us. It'd be the same if we went to Timbuktu to get married.
But, sweetheart...
As long as that's the way it is. Tenny, give me a pistol.
Darling, you're 1 in 1,000.
Last time I was 1 in 1,000,000.
Professor! Professor Downey!
I say, old boy, let me, will you? Hello? Are you there? Are you there?
I have it here, sir.
Stand back now.
Let Algy try it, Hugh.
Yes, I'll show you how, old boy. Hold this, will you?
Ow!
Oh, now, darling, no nerves, old girl, no nerves.
In heaven's name, Hugh Drummond, couldn't you wait until morning?
What is it, sir?
That's what we're trying to find out, Bolton.
Pardon me, sir.
And if you'll pardon me, sir...
Do you really intend to marry this lunatic?
I'm doing my best.
Heaven protect your children.
We'll name the first girl after you, Auntie.
Marsh. Well, hurry up. I want to get back to sleep.
Pardon me.
Never mind, Tenny.
I'd follow you, sir.
Hello. Rockingham Police Station? This is Colonel Nielsen of Scotland Yard. A man has been killed at Rockingham... No. Wait a minute. Not the lodge. Rockingham Tower. Notify the coroner and send a detail of police over here to patrol the grounds. Yes? Have them report to me personally. I'll explain when they arrive.
Colonel?
Hold the line, will you a minute? What is it, Algy?
I've been thinking.
What about?
Nothing.
I'm not surprised.
Well, I've checked the windows and doors in this wing, Mr. Tennyson.
And the billiard room?
Everything is secure, sir.
You can start on the 2nd floor.
Very good, sir.
I say thank you. How's Aunt Blanche?
Hugh gave her a sleeping tablet.
Good, just what she needed.
Colonel, Downey mentioned someone by the name of Seton, didn't he?
Hugh, this is interesting. Ishiani or Seton was released from prison yesterday. I just got that from the yard as you came in.
Then he's the man who murdered the professor.
And tried to do me in.
And stole Cooper's diary from your room.
And Downey's key to the cipher.
Which means that Seton will try to get into Rockingham again.
And that is why I had Tenny and Bolton lock all the doors and windows, my dear Sherlock Holmes.
And that is why I ordered a detail of police to patrol the grounds, my dear Watson.
If you had an ounce of brains, you'd leave the doors and windows open.
And let the fellow walk off with £1 million?
And if I remember my Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson managed to get married, which is more than you'll ever do, Hugh Drummond, as long as you keep fooling around with treasure trove and that villainous diary.
Sit down, Auntie.
Oh, I don't want to sit down.
But, Auntie, we haven't got the diary.
I beg your pardon, sir. I found it under the window of Professor Downey's room.
Good, Tenny.
See, Phyllis? Deception, collusion.
Hugh, I'm afraid. That book brought death to Professor Downey. Please get rid of it, won't you?
All right, darling, I will. Now,
Tenny?
Yes, Captain Drummond.
The diary. A match? A newspaper?
Yes, Captain Drummond. The Times. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Times, sir.
And a fireplace.
I follow you, sir. You're quite certain, sir?
Fire, Tenny. Flames.
As you say, sir.
You see? Maybe I was mistaken, Hugh. You're a nice boy. Come now, dear, we can sleep.
I say, old boy, did she kiss you?
Did she, Elsie?
I saw her.
Maybe she did, Elsie. Maybe she did. Well, there goes £1,000,000.
That's love, old boy. Real love.
Well, maybe it is, Elsie, but somehow I feel like a quitter.
I beg your pardon, son. But if you feel any pangs of regret about burning the diary, I took the precaution to burn the telephone directory, sir. Just in case.
Tenny, you're magnificent.
I try to give satisfaction, sir.
You're a veritable
Treasure, sir?
treasure indeed, Tenny. And with this, we'll find it, eh?
As they say in America, sir, one can't be shot for trying.
You're wrong, Tenny. Professor Donny was.
Well, anything doing?
Nothing irregular.
Nothing but me losing a good night's sleep. I wish this here Henry Seaton were in Halifax, I do.
Yeah, cooperating with Scotland Yard to catch Henry Seaton might win you a promotion, my boy.
Aye, or a bullet in the back.
Yeah, talk hearty now, talk hearty.
Hearty? Hearty me eye.
Go on, carry on.
M's the 13th letter. Now, if that were transposed, we'd have N. Elsie, wake up.
Oh, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Come on, old boy, you promised to help.
No, don't, darling, don't.
What?
Oh, it's you, huh? Oh, then she didn't slap me.
Who didn't?
The girl on the bus. We were riding down Piccadilly, and just as I kissed her, you slapped me.
I'm sorry, old boy.
Oh, that's all right. I'll probably see her again sometime.
Now, look, Elsie, I've got the...
Hugh, I forgot to ask for a telephone number.
Look, Elsie, I've got it. The first letter, it's N, I think.
First letter in what?
In the alphabet, Elsie, the letter N.
N in the alphabet. That's funny.
Shut up. Now, here, look at that.
Z, Y, X, W, V, U.
Yeah, it's a reversed alphabet directly above a normal ABC one.
Oh, right, hell. A is Z, and B is Y.
Right. Now, when I read you a letter, you write down the one directly above it in the reversed alphabet.
I get it. I think. Yeah.
X.
X. C.
L.
O.
L.
Go on.
X.
C.
L.
O.
L.
O.
Now, that's the first word. What does it spell?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, that depends on the point of view, Elsie. Oh, confound it, if we only had Professor Donny's notes.
Y. I. R. Z. A. I. R. Y. B. R. I. O. L.
Great help you turned out to be.
3 clubs.
I'd give anything for just one.
Doubled.
With Lodge and Rockingham in line, a stone is found. Full 3 long paces north, and in the ground the answer lies. But should you hear the sound of turning wheels, beware. Y-R-A-R-B-I-L. L-I-B-R-A-R-R-Y. Library. The library.
Hugh!
Down, Elsie! What are you shooting at me for?
He got my mate, sir.
You see who it was?
No, sir.
Let's get him inside.
Kenny! Coming down. Confound it, what's the matter with the lights? He was must have blown, sir.
It's all right now, huh?
Oh, it's you, Colonel.
He's done for, sir.
You? What is it?
It's one of the constables, dear.
I beg your pardon, miss.
Over here, Bolton.
Yes, Mr. Tennyson.
You'd better go to your room, darling.
Yes, and keep Aunt Blanche in hers.
She must have slept right through it.
Well, that's something to be thankful for.
Alf had a feeling that Seaton would get him, sir. Any instructions?
Yes, locate your men stationed close around the house.
Very good, sir.
Poor fellow. It might have been you if Seaton had got inside.
But he was inside. We saw him.
You saw him?
Well,
In this very room, Colonel.
he must have hidden somewhere after he killed Downey.
That explains why the lights went off and why the burglar alarm sounded when he went out. Confound it, Algy, if you hadn't made such a racket.
Oh, I'm sorry, old boy. I was only trying to help.
I know.
Well, besides, Seaton won't try and get inside again tonight.
How do we know he isn't in now?
We saw him go through those doors.
He had plenty of time to come back while we were outside, Algy.
Oh, Hugh.
Huh? You mean he may be hiding in one of those secret passages, waiting to pop out and corpse one of us?
It's not unlikely. He has down his key to the cipher, you know.
And we don't know where those passages are.
Not the ones Donnie mentioned at any rate.
Tenny, Bolton.
Coming, sir.
We're going over this house from cellar to attic. But, darling, you better go to your room and lock yourself in and stay there. Bolton, see Miss Clavering to her room and stay on guard in the hall.
Very good, sir.
But, Hugh,
Please do as I say, darling.
All right.
Elsie. Elsie, you take this floor and I'll do the cellar. Tenny, you take the upper floors.
Oh, what am I to do, Hugh?
Well, Colonel, you stay here. If Seaton comes back...
I'll mow him down. All right, Hugh, I'll carry on. Bulldog Drummond, Secret Police.
Could have gone that way.
I don't think so, sir. He would have had to pass one of my men I had stationed at the front gate.
And he didn't take the path toward the lodge?
No, sir, because that's where I was on duty when it happened.
He could have gone through the flower beds and escaped through the woods.
Not unless he had 7-league boots, Colonel. That bed's over 20 feet wide.
There's another footprint on it.
And had he gone that way...
He would have met us.
Which he did not.
And we can't let him get away with this, Colonel.
He's made a fair job of it so far.
May I get up now, sir?
Oh, yes, Tenny, thank you. Well, that gives us a pretty fair idea of what took place here last night.
Except how he got away.
Yes, Algy, except how he got away. And if he didn't go that way, and if he didn't go that way...
Or that way?
Then which way did he go?
Up, sir.
Up?
Yes, Algy, up. The ivy!
Huh?
Look, Colonel, he's left a trail of broken ivy as plain as day.
Now, will you believe he's somewhere in the house?
In the passages, Colonel. And when we open the entrance to the ones I'm familiar with...
We'll try to find the entrance to the ones he's familiar with.
Right. Have you ordered the men from the village, Tenny?
They started to open the wall in the storeroom an hour ago, sir.
Good. Now we'll see if Seaton went through the window or made it to the roof.
Oh, careful, Hill.
Right. See you on the third floor, sir.
Right, Tenny?
Wedding festivities, indeed. This place is a museum of horrors. Not just one murder, but two. 2 murders in one night.
There, Auntie. It's all over now.
What's that? What is it? Help! Help!
Sorry, darling. I thought you were downstairs having breakfast.
Hugh Drummond, what are you doing? Peering in my window. Now, perhaps you realize the kind of man you're marrying?
Please, Aunt Blanche, let me explain. I'm following Seaton.
Yes, climbing up walls like a bat.
Well, that's how he got away, up the ivy to one of the rooms above this, I think.
I'm through. I've had enough. I'm taking the next train back to town, and so are you.
But, Auntie, we're going to be married at noon.
Well, I could be done to death 20 times before then.
Oh, Aunt Blanche.
I'm not your aunt. I wouldn't be your aunt if an act of Parliament decreed it.
But you're Phyllis's aunt, and you can't desert her like this.
Oh, can't I? I suppose you will stop me, you vine-climbing Dracula? You better go. I'll talk to her. No, not that way. Down.
Anything for you, darling.
Hugh!
Don't worry, darling. That's much the easiest way to come down.
Captain Drummond.
Yes, Tenny?
There's no trace of him in this room, sir.
Well, try the next one, then.
That'll be Bolton's room, sir.
Well, go over and see if the vines are torn over there on the right.
Very good, sir. Bolton! Bolton! Bolton!
Tenny!
Tenny!
That's odd. He doesn't answer. Let's go up.
Captain Drummond!
What is it, Sergeant?
Foul play, sir. One of my men found a body in clear wood.
What, another one?
Yes, sir. And we're hoping that you can identify him.
What makes you think that?
Because, sir, he was coming here.
Here?
Open season at Rockingham. The station master identified him as a passenger on the 2:15 yesterday. He asked the way to the tower, sir.
What did he look like?
Well, sir, he was a man about 40, of medium height. Said he was your new butler, sir.
Bolton?
I've got it. Bolton started for Rockingham.
And it was Seaton who arrived.
Right.
He must have met Bolton on the train and...
I say, Hugh, what's happened to Tenny?
Tenny!
We're wasting time. Sergeant, let no one leave the house.
Right, sir. Here, Algy.
Huh?
Up there.
Did you get my hot water bottle, Phyllis? Bolton, what are you doing in my room? Oh!
Tenny! Tenny!
Oh, he doesn't seem to be in
the wardrobe, Algy.
Where is everyone, Bolton?
In the garden, I believe, Miss Clavering. Captain Drummond is examining the ivy.
Oh, thank you.
Captain Drummond, take it easy, old boy.
What happened? What did you see?
Stars.
Auntie.
Auntie.
Be was Bolton's.
Yes, we know, Teddy, we know.
Hugh! Hugh, where are you? Hugh! Bolton! What on earth are you doing?
Captain Drummond must have found the entrance to the passages, miss.
But I thought the entrance was that...
Phyllis! 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 She must be with Seaton.
But where?
That's what we've got to find out, Algy. See if the men have opened the wall in the storeroom. Colonel, I'm sure that scream came from here. There must be an entrance somewhere.
Hey, those old blighters didn't half-wall up the entrance to these here passages, they didn't.
Wait a minute! I'm the old blighter that walled it up 20 years ago!
Blimey, what's he doing?
Making a bomb, young fella, my lad. Bottle, fuse, and gunpowder. It'll blow open the entrance to that passage in no time at all.
Won't it damage the house, sir?
Not a chance, or no. I learned all about this sort of thing during the war.
Pardon me, sir. We're both needed in the library, sir.
Right-ho, I'll toddle along.
Oh, confound it, Colonel. These panels are like the Rock of Gibraltar, all of them.
This code isn't solving either.
Well, what do you expect? It took Donnie 3 years to work it out. You can't do it in 10 minutes.
Now, don't get the wind up, Hugh.
But, Colonel, Phyllis... Algy! Teddy!
Right here, old boy.
Hey, sir.
Oh, good work, Teddy. Huh? Now get busy, all of you.
Yeah, but I say, Hugh, I've never used one of these things.
It's just like a corkscrew, Algy.
Oh, I know how to do that.
I wouldn't try it if I were you. These passages are like catacombs.
May I ask what you propose to do with me?
I don't know. You know, something I hadn't counted on.
You know just how you're going to get out of here?
Oh, the way we came in.
I suppose it hasn't occurred to you they'll be waiting in the library. They know the entrance is there.
Do they?
We heard them. So they must have heard me when I screamed.
Oh, you're a smart girl.
Tower of Waters.
Now I know how I'm going to get out of here.
Through there?
Perhaps. Or through the library with you as my ticket. So don't try to get away again. I wouldn't like it.
Chamber of the Spikes.
It's worth 100 quid if it's worth a penny. Yeah, put it on.
No!
Not good enough for a ladyship, I suppose.
I've got it, sir.
Huh? Good work, Teddy. Oh. Seems just like the others.
There's a draft here, Colonel.
Hugh?
Good work, Algy. Stand clear, Teddy.
Algy. Huh?
Will you please get out of the way?
Oh.
Should you hear the sound of turning wheels, beware. This place could tell some pretty tales, eh? Clever? Lodge and Rockingham in line, a stone is found. Full 3 long paces north, and in the ground the answer lies. One little gold piece. The Roundheads never knew what became of the King's jewels after the Battle of Naseby. Here. You little fool, I'm one of the richest men in England. Phyllis!
Like sardines in a tin. Birds in a cage would be more appropriate, sir.
Pardon me, sir, but we are in for a spot of trouble.
to get Phyllis.
That's right, Drummond.
Let me talk to him. Seaton.
Yes, Colonel?
Let Miss Clavering come down to us, and we'll give you a fair chance to get away.
Well, throw out your pistols.
Why, say, we can't do that.
I'll count 5. 1.
Don't do it, Hugh. He'll kill you.
2.
Here they come.
Pardon me, sir. The reserve.
Good work, Tenny. Come out, all of you. You must take me for a fool, Nielsen.
I promise to let you go.
I'll see to that. First, we'll have Captain Drummond.
Hugh!
Captain Drummond, Miss Clavering. Places, everyone. Rehearsal. Right over here, please. Facing me. And, Captain, you will be on Miss Clavering's right.
Oh, yes, of course.
Just a little bit closer, if you please, yes. And, Colonel, you will be on Miss Clavering's left.
Oh, splendid.
And, Mr. Longworth, you will right here on Captain Drummond's right. That's right. Well, now, splendid. Now, supposing we run through it. All you have to do is to keep calm. Now, let me see. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here...
I say, Hugh, are you there? Oh.
Where's Phyllis?
Chin up, old boy. She's gone.
Gone where?
She and her aunt have departed for Africa, sir.
Africa?
Yes, to hunt lions.
She said it would be safer, sir.
We are now coming, ladies and gentlemen, to another of the interesting landmarks of the City of London. And these imposing stone buildings are New Scotland Yard, where day and night the guardians of London's law and order keep their sleepless vigil.
I thought you might be interested in this, Colonel Nielsen.
Huh? Hugh C. Drummond, former captain in His Majesty's Royal Air Force, will marry Miss Phyllis Clavering, niece of Mrs. Blanche Clavering, in Geneva, Switzerland on Thursday next. Agree up? That young man has caused me more headaches than any man alive. It's a pity, too. He means so well. You're probably glad he's in Switzerland. He'd only stay there. I'll try and do my work for me. By the way, I want to send a wedding present to Captain Drummond. A book.
A book, sir?
And on second thoughts, I think I'll make it 2 books. Yeah, one for Drummond and one for Miss Clavering.
What address, sir?
Tenny, don't you think my yodeling's improving?
I really couldn't say so.
Maybe he's right, Phyllis. What's this, more loot?
Still coming in, sir.
Darling, we must get married again and again and again.
And again and again.
Excellency.
Well, now it's all right, Herr Detective.
Is the Braut. This is the Brauten.
No, ja, dann ist ja alles in Ordnung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who sent that?
To Bulldog Drummond with felicitations of the Drones Club.
Now, what do you say it is, Tenny?
Eros, the Greek god of love, sir.
Why, Tenny?
Research work, miss. Crossword puzzles.
Have you any suggestions, Tenny?
Oh, I think it deserves to meet with an accident, sir.
A colossal idea.
I rather like it, sir.
Well, there's something else from Colonel Nielsen. How to grow tobacco in Rhodesia and like it. It's a funny book to give us.
I beg your pardon, sir. That's meant for you individually. Colonel Nielsen sent the other one for Miss Clavering.
Travels with a donkey. To be read on the honeymoon.
Very funny, sir.
We won't need you till dinner time, Tenny.
Who will look after the wedding presents?
The Herr Detective will watch them.
And who'll watch the detective, sir?
Come on, darling.
Oh, Tenny, have you seen my Aunt Blanche?
She's outside with Sir Raymond Blantyre.
Got it.
Oh, that's fine. Now it's your turn. There. Oh, my nephew-niece. That is, my niece and my nephew-to-be isn't really my nephew yet, you understand. Children, I want you to meet one of my oldest and dearest friends. He's the head of a huge diamond syndicate. Sir Raymond
Blantyre.
Oh, yes, of course. Sir Raymond Drummond, this is Bulldog Clavering. Miss Blantyre, this is Phyllis.
Packages for Captain Drummond.
Here. More loot, darling. Thank you.
Oh, well, this must be valuable. Look at all the insurance stamps.
That's from Gwen and Elsie.
Oh, lovely, isn't it?
Where did that come from?
From Gwen Longworth. What does she say, Hugh?
Dear Hugh and Phyllis, look what Daddy just made in his laboratory.
Oh, I thought it was real.
Her father made this?
You mustn't tell anybody who made it because it's a secret. Because it... This is my wedding gift. Silly old Elsie has something else, but he's bringing it in person because they won't let him ship it. Don't get married until we get there, Gwen.
Now, what in the world do you suppose it could be?
You've a perfect right to be alone for a minute or two.
Well, not if Aunt Blanche knows anything about it. You happy, darling?
Of course I am.
Why, of course.
Well, because you're you, I suppose.
And is that the only reason?
Well, because we're together and you've given up all those crazy, reckless adventures just to settle down with me.
Yes, dear, that's right.
You promised, don't forget
No,
that.
I won't forget. You may consider me settled down.
And after the honeymoon, we'll buy a house in the country and have a big garden and...
And the Drummond hollyhocks will be famous in every flower show in England.
You're not serious.
I'm serious about you.
You'd better be. I won't have my affections tampered with.
Cook calls these the spice of love, miss. Would you like one?
What do you think, Tenny?
Well, I hardly think it's necessary in your case, miss. Dinner is about to be announced.
Come on, I'm famished.
Where have you been, Roberts? I've been trying to find you all the afternoon.
Well, I only just got your message.
I've just seen an artificial diamond that looked absolutely real to me.
Where is it?
In there, among the wedding presents. We must get hold of it at any cost and submit it to all possible tests.
Well, I'll do my best.
Sir Raymond. Oh, Sir Raymond, you're neglecting me shamefully.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, will you?
I've ordered you to see the rest of it.
Dinner, there.
Oh, come, Sir Raymond. Come, children. See who it is, Tenny. Here we are.
Hello.
Oh, Wendy and Ellen. Oh, aren't you glad to see you?
Mr. and Mrs. Algernon Longworth. And Animal.
There we are, look at him. Isn't he terrific? No home is complete without one.
Oh, a beautiful, crazy wedding present. Did you get the other package I sent?
Oh, yes, dear. It was so sweet of you.
But darling.
Oh, come on. I can't wait to show you the rest of the presents. Here you are, Kenny. Hugh calls them the loot.
They're all right here. We'll show them to you.
Now,
Lovely ground.
oh, some of them are perfectly lovely. I'll put it there. What cutie?
A well-deserved fate, sir.
Now, Timmy, I'm beginning to like that bird.
Oh, this is from Hugh's aunt, and... Hugh, it's gone.
Huh? Oh, what's gone?
Well, that diamond, that gorgeous glass diamond that Gwenny sent me. But it wasn't glass, Phyllis. What? It wasn't, I tell you. Daddy made it in his laboratory. It's a real honest-to-goodness diamond.
Absolutely, on my word of honor. Professor Goodman can take a couple of shillings worth of foul-smelling chemicals, and out comes a diamond as big as a plum. It's unnatural, of course, but it's real.
Hector, he's dead.
Dead? Merciful heavens. Paulette!
Get a doctor, somebody.
Call the police.
The police! Oh, Sir Raymond. Where's Sir Raymond? Somebody get
Yes, Auntie.
I'll get him. But I am telling you what happened. We came popping into the room. Everything was strictly top hole. We're bingo. The jolly old birds tumbled right on the poor fellow, yeah. Cold as a cucumber he was. Conked right on the visa. And... What? Why don't I speak English? I say, listen, officer, this is no time for joking. We have a gory corpse lying on the floor in here.
Here, let me have that.
I regret to inform you, madam, Sir Raymond has gone.
Gone? Oh, I never heard of such a thing.
Well, perhaps he stepped out for a walk or something.
In a way, he has, miss.
What's that, Tenny?
Sir Raymond and his secretary, Mr. Roberts, have left for London, sir.
London? Quick, look up the trains.
I know them, sir.
What's the next through train?
The next through train has just left, sir.
Get my car ready.
Very good, sir.
It's all right. The police have left.
The police? Oh, I can't believe Sir Raymond would rush away like that without even leaving a note for me.
Hugh, where are you going?
After Sir Raymond, he's got the diamond.
Do you know who Sir Raymond is? Why, he's the head of the Metropolitan Diamond Syndicate.
Yes, I know, but...
And if you think that a man of his wealth and position would stoop to stealing an imitation diamond...
But it's the same as a real one.
This artificial diamond may ruin an industry and send Sir Raymond and his stockholders to the poorhouse.
You mean my diamond stocks might go down?
Well, if they can make diamonds cheaply in a laboratory, they'll be as worthless as pebbles. And Sir Raymond knows that.
Oh, what do you think he'll do?
Well, he's off to a good start with a murder. I'll be back soon, darling.
Hugh? Oh. Hugh, you can't go now. Not almost on our wedding day. The police will do what has to be done.
I'll be back very soon, and Algy will take care of everything.
Oh, of course, I'll attend to the police when they get here, but what do I do exactly?
You understand, dear?
Hugh Drummond, if you go now, you needn't come back again, ever.
But I must go.
All right, then, go. Play cops and robbers all your life. I never want to see you again. I hope you...
Yes, Tenny, goodbye, dear. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Algie, run and catch him. See that he wears this and he keeps warm and dry and that nothing happens to him.
Are you coming, Mr. Longworth?
You're sure you don't mind, my pet?
Oh, what good will it do me?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, what'll we do? Oh.
We're railway guide, Roberts.
Yes. Well, what are you going to do?
I'm merely taking an obvious precaution.
Precaution? Oh, against customs.
You better cable ahead of the next stop. Arrange an emergency meeting of the syndicate at my house in London. Let me have the diamond.
Tenny, you better stay here and look after the car. I'd rather look after you, sir. Good idea, Tenny.
I'd rather like it, sir.
Watch
Now to breeze in on Sir Raymond, huh?
We'll break in on him with the dawn, my friend. The hour when dead men walk and sick men die.
Oh, please.
Besides, I've got to figure out how to get him away from his compartment so that you can search it, Elsie.
Right-ho. Will you tell Mr. Drummond I wish to speak to him?
Sir Raymond Blanford to see you, sir.
Ah, ask him to come in.
Can you please come in? No, I'd rather see him in the vestibule.
He says he'd rather see you in the vestibule, sir.
That's very kind of him. Now's your chance, Algie.
You wait here, Tenny. I'll take a look at Blanford's compartment.
Ah, Sir Raymond?
Yes, I saw you come aboard, Drummond. Is anything wrong?
What do you think?
I don't understand. What made you change your plans about the wedding?
Little matter of a theft of a diamond.
Yes?
And a murder.
Murder? Drummond, you're wasting your time. Can't involve me. I know nothing whatever about the murder of that detective.
And the theft of the diamond?
Do you imagine anyone will find it in my possession?
No, you wouldn't be so careless, would you?
Take my advice, my young friend. Go back to Geneva.
On the contrary, Sir Raymond, I shall accompany you to London. With a police escort, if it can be arranged.
Roberts?
Well, what happened?
You never told me that detective was killed.
Killed? He must have had a skull as thin as paper.
I've told you before,
You
Roberts.
told me to get the diamond at any cost.
Algie, what'd you find?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought as much.
What are we going to do now?
The cable, Colonel Neeson, we've got the man.
Where?
Cablegram from Captain Drummond, sir.
Put it down. Who'd you say?
Captain Drummond, sir.
Oh. Thanking me for the presents, I suppose. Please ask French authorities to arrest Sir Raymond Blanford, London Express, Hugh Drummond. So that's his answer to my little joke with the books. I've never seen anything so transparent in my life. Not so funny, Greer.
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
You will. And so, Captain Drummond, arrest Sir Raymond Blanford. Take a cablegram.
Whoa, Tenny!
Tenny, what happened?
We've stopped at the station, sir.
Telegram for Captain Drummond. Ah, good old Nielsen. That's probably his answer to my cablegram.
Good old Nielsen. He never fails.
Impossible grant your request, but will arrest Santa Claus and Snow White if you demand it. Nielsen. Well, that's that.
Looks as though we'll have to give up then.
Is that your opinion, Tenny?
It's just occurred to me, sir. If we have another shot at finding that diamond and find it, the French police are bound to take notice of that, sir.
But I searched with a fine-tooth comb.
Tenny's right. We've got to have a showdown right now.
I think they've gone.
They can't have gone far. Quick, Tenny, get the bags. Is there an airport around here?
Yes, sir. Quite a small one.
Well, that's where they went then. Tenny, get a taxi. Yes, sir. Oh, here I am.
Taxi! Taxi me, taxi! Voiture!
We've got to get to London.
Oh, monsieur, it's impossible.
You keep planes with charter, don't you?
We do, monsieur, but our last one was just hired. Two English gentlemen in a great hurry to get to London.
I'll pay you 10,000 francs for the use of a fast three-seater.
Have you a French license?
Oh, no, but can't you think of a man who might do it?
There is one. Over there, Raoul.
Calling Croydon, air taxi F, XOYU. Calling Croydon, I'm within your radio beam. Can you give me my position? Give me my position. Give me my radio bearing.
Croydon calling French air taxi FXOYU. Croydon calling French air taxi FXOYU. Ceiling here 0. Ceiling absolutely 0. Turn back to Le Bourget. FXOYU.
Ceiling or not, I'm coming down. Give me a radio bearing. Come on, Innes. I know you, and I've landed blind before. This is Drummond speaking. Will you give me that bearing? Who says I can't? Are you a crazy man? Turn on your lights. I'm coming down.
Suggest you hold Blanchard until I arrive by plane. Hugh Drummond.
Gruyere, at Croydon Airport right away. This is Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard cutting in on Croydon wavelength. Police calling air taxi FXOYU. This is an official order. An official order. Do not attempt to land. Landing permission refused. Return at once across channel.
I am coming down. We'll land here.
What is it?
Professor Goodman is expecting me. I'm Sir Raymond Blanchard of the Metropolitan Diamond Syndicate. Mr. Steiner made the appointment for me.
Oh, yes, sir. But he didn't say there'd be anyone with you.
Oh, Mr. Roberts is my associate.
Oh, very good, sir.
This is a matter of utmost delicacy.
Very interesting.
Oh, would you care to read my notes? You know, sometimes even I can't read my own writing. Excuse me. As a matter of fact, I could probably make these diamonds for a shilling each.
Now, if you put these on, gentlemen, please.
Is there any danger?
Danger? Oh, I see you refer to my wall. Well, before I learned how to cool diamonds quickly, a small stone exploded. Sometimes they explode even now. However, I have, I think, eliminated that possibility. Now, gentlemen, are you ready? Stand back. Gentlemen, you have been present at the birth of a diamond. Now, after a few seconds cooling, you shall see your stone. There, gentlemen, is your diamond.
That isn't a diamond.
Perfect. About 15 carat.
Oh, size makes no difference. If I had larger equipment, like Dr. Petulian's...
Petulian?
Yes, Petulian, the American scientist. I could make diamonds as large as ostrich eggs.
Well, then why don't you?
Because Petulian is my rival, and I don't want him to know yet what I've done.
Professor, my colleagues and I will pay you £50,000 for the exclusive control of your process.
A bad bargain, gentlemen. After a few weeks, my process will be free to everyone.
If you publish this formula, the most precious jewels in the world will be worth no more than pebbles.
Yes, but diamonds will still be beautiful.
Yeah, what woman will want to wear diamonds then?
We are ready to pay you £50,000 to destroy your notes, to suppress your secret.
I am only interested in being the first man to make a perfect large diamond.
Well, name your figure. Anything up to £500,000.
That means power, security, leisure.
But I have all that I want.
Do you mean to say that you value your name on a scientific paper more than £500,000 in cash?
Yes, yes. That's exactly the case.
We ask that you consider the matter for a day or two.
Gentlemen, my decision is final.
This is more serious than you think, Professor.
Yes, business is serious, but I...
This is serious yourself. My associates must protect their investments in one way or another. And while you're thinking it over, I suggest that you refrain from making more diamonds. Good morning.
I'm in time, Sir Raymond.
Good morning, Captain Drummond. Nice to see you again. And your friend, too. Permit me to return your promise.
And you searched his compartment?
A book's no place to hide a diamond.
The trouble is, Sir Raymond didn't know that.
Oh. Stupid of him, wasn't it?
Oh, it's you, Drummond. An Algy.
So Sir Raymond threatened you?
Definitely. What do you suggest that I do?
You sell your formula?
I will not. Why don't you take a trip and miss the Royal Society meeting? On these notes, I'm preparing a paper that will make my name ring round the world.
It isn't safe for you to walk about the streets of London with those notes in your pocket. Now, why don't let me keep them for you in my safe deposit box?
No, thank you, Captain Drummond. I'll not be intimidated by anybody. The colossal impudence of them. Stop making diamonds. I will not stop. I'll make a bigger diamond than the Kohinoor. or even the Cullinan. I'll make the biggest diamond in the world.
Dr. Betulion's laboratory? But he's very busy. Yes. Doctor? It's Professor Goodman.
Professor Goodman? Well, I don't see why he should call me. Yeah? Yes, how are you, Professor? Well, fine. What? You've made a 15-carat diamond. Well, fine work, Professor. Congratulations. Yes, I understand. Well, no, not at the present time. I'll be glad to let you use my equipment. Yes, what time? Very well, I'll bring the equipment over to you at 9 o'clock tonight. Yes. Goodbye.
You can't do that, Captain Drummond. Tell the commissioner it's urgent.
I've already given him that
Well,
message.
tell him it won't take 5 minutes.
He says it won't take 5 minutes, sir.
I thought I told you not to land in England.
No, Colonel, you told me not to land at Croydon, and I obeyed you to the letter. I landed at Basingstoke.
Drummond, will you please go away?
You don't want me to pull out when I know a man's going to be murdered?
You always have to interfere. Who's going to be murdered?
Professor Bernard Goodman, number 24, St. Laban's Road.
And who's going to do the job?
I can tell you that, too, Sir Raymond Blantyre. I don't see what's so funny.
Come with me, my dear fellow. Come with me. Sir Raymond, this impetuous young man has just warned me that you were about to murder Professor Goodman.
Really?
Colonel, Sir Raymond has just asked me to have Professor Goodman placed in protective custody.
You see, Drummond, I too share your feeling that the dear professor is in danger.
But you can't arrest an innocent man.
Drummond, you're a young fool. The manufacture of diamonds is as dangerous to the Empire as counterfeiting.
Message for you, sir.
Huh? Situation's taken a new turn, gentlemen. The Home Secretary instructs me to give police cooperation to Goodman and to the American scientist, Dr. Betulien.
Betulien, did you say?
It appears that these gentlemen are about to attempt the manufacture of a diamond that will outshine the crown jewels of the Empire.
Well, that's that. I must be on my way. I have an appointment.
With Professor Goodman?
Curiosity, my young friend, is reputed to have killed a cat.
Drummond, will you please go away? Go back and get married, or whatever it was. Stop minding other people's business. And stop annoying Sir Raymond Blantyre. He's one of the most important men in the country.
And a murderer.
What? Why do you know that?
I don't know it, Colonel. I only suspect it.
You do? Get out. Get out!
Colonel.
Huh? Your tie is quick.
Hello! Ha! Division 5, Pendennis. Put 2 of your best men on the house at 24th and Laban's Road at 9 o'clock tonight. Right? Right.
Professor Goodman are rivals in a process for making artificial diamonds.
We've experimented along similar lines, if that's what you mean.
And you failed where Goodman has succeeded.
At the present, it appears so. Your syndicate is interested in the Goodman process?
Very interested.
Well, then why don't you talk to him?
We have. We made him a very handsome offer. But Professor Goodman seems to think more of the glory of his discovery.
But if he says he won't sell, he won't sell. He's a very stubborn old man.
I understand you have an appointment with him.
Yes. I'm letting him use some of my equipment. I'm taking it to him tonight at 9.
We can make it worth your while not to keep that appointment.
Not. For what reason?
Goodman's formula must be destroyed.
I see. You want the formula destroyed.
Don't you, Dr. Betulien?
I've no objection.
Well, we can help you, Doctor.
Yes? Pack this.
We'll pay you £5,000 to let us keep your appointment with Goodman this evening.
£5,000? But what if I discover the process myself later?
Financial arrangements will be made with you, so that your discovery will never become known.
It seems I have no choice, gentlemen. What do you propose? Before we make a bargain, we must understand each other completely.
Goodman and his laboratory will be totally destroyed by an explosion.
What do you expect me to do?
Nothing, except remain in your rooms, so that you'll have an alibi in the event of an investigation.
I see. And you two gentlemen will keep my appointment with Professor Goodman.
Exactly.
I will arrive at 9 o'clock, disguised as you. He'll never suspect.
Very well. I'll remain here. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
Get the equipment out of this box.
Aren't you going to keep your appointment with Professor Goodman?
Yes, we'll be there. But we'll be there before 9 o'clock. And when Professor Goodman's laboratory is destroyed, they'll find the body of Mr. Roberts. We'll have Professor Goodman at some out-of-the-way place in the country.
Oh, I see. Then you're not satisfied with Blantyre's 5,000 pounds.
I think Blantyre will be glad to pay us 50,000 pounds.
Oh, Dr. Batulian. How good of you to have come.
I'm afraid I'm a little ahead of time.
Well, better early than late, eh?
My equipment.
Oh, come in then. Now, round to the right. You can go, Mrs. Weavens. I shan't require you any more tonight.
Thank you, sir.
24. This is the house.
Here, who are you? I'll ask you the same thing, my man.
We're keeping an eye on this house tonight. That's who we are. Now answer the question.
I'm the lady what does for Professor Goodman, and these persons just left a parcel. But at present, if you've no objection, I'm in search of refreshment. Here, what do you want?
I have an appointment with Professor Goodman.
What's the name?
I am Dr. Batulian.
That's right. You can go in.
Thank you.
Come in, Mr. Roberts.
I regret to inform you, sir. Professor Goodman does not answer his doorbell.
But I would try myself, huh?
Yeah, I advise against it.
Why?
There are 2 constables lurking in this shrubbery, sir.
Well, it must be a real one. Do it. Tenny, get me a...
Will this be of any use, sir?
Oh, no, Tenny.
What about this, sir?
An excellent idea.
I rather like it, sir.
Now, you wait here, and if the constables start after me, give me a double toot in the horn, right?
Right. 2 toots, sir?
Right.
Good, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Captain Drummond, we have special instructions to look for you, sir.
Very flattering.
You better come along with us, sir.
I'm rather afraid it should have been 2 toots, sir. Oh, dear. What are we going to do now? There's a van just stopped outside Professor Goodman's house.
Something must be wrong. I'm going in, after all. It's my own father-in-law.
I'll go along with you.
No. You lie doggo. If they try to follow me, stop them.
Stop them, sir? How?
Yes. Well, how? You know, just stop them.
Oh, yes.
Stop them. I say, do you know if it... Oh!
Taxi! Taxi! Voiture!
You! Time for an excuse to lock you up. Now you're finished. You're trying to batter your way into that house.
Colonel,
Housebreaking is housebreaking.
I told you I was only trying to prevent a murder.
You always break the law with the best intentions, don't you? Well, this time you've gone too far. Take him away.
All right, Colonel. But after you lock me up, will you search Professor Goodman's house?
I will not. There's nothing wrong with Professor Goodman. There's nothing wrong with his house. Hello. What was it? What happened?
I got off for a pretty good idea.
Be quiet. Hello.
There's been an explosion, sir.
Oh. Where? There's been an explosion, sir. Oh! I know that. Where? 24th and Laban's Road, sir. Come on.
What shall we do with the prisoner, sir?
Bring him along.
I sure it wasn't the explosion. Somebody hit me.
Easy now. They often get this way in mild concussion cases. They remember a lot of things. A lot of things that aren't so.
The only one so far, sir. Identified? Professor Goodman, sir. His son-in-law identified the watch and shoes. Well, Drummond, I owe you... Drummond!
Beg pardon, sir. He seems to be gone.
With all you standing here, go and get him!
No one's allowed in here, sir.
Professor Goodman's a friend of mine.
Sorry, sir. We've got the laboratory and the whole rear of the house blown to bits. Can't let anyone in. I told you fellas to stay back.
I want to
Get back in now and stay, will you?
Yeah, where are you going?
I don't know.
You'd better come across the inspector.
I'm Dr. Batulian. I'm looking for Professor Goodman's house. I have an appointment with him.
Appointment, eh? What time?
At 9 o'clock. He sent an express van for me and my equipment.
9 o'clock, and you arrive here now.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, the men drove me for miles through the side streets and...
There he is! The blackguard, there he is!
What do you mean?
Why, he was the man that called on Professor Goodman early this evening.
Impossible. I haven't seen Professor Goodman in years. Oh, I did speak to him on the telephone.
And you didn't call at his house tonight?
Oh, as heaven is my witness.
Pray, this is a matter for a magistrate to decide. Sergeant!
You can't do this to me.
Oh, I can't, eh?
You can, but you shouldn't, Inspector.
Don't call me Inspector. What's this all about, anyway?
He sneaked through the lines and was popping about in the house, sir.
I confess. But I had to look around before your men trampled everything into the dust. And I found some...
Some bits of hair.
Obviously part of a false beard or wig.
In the name I sainted aunt. Someone came here disguised as Dr. Batulian.
With a packing case full of TNT.
Now, if you've quite finished with me, Inspector...
Don't call me Inspector!
Sorry. May I be on my way?
With pleasure.
You're not eating your kippers, sir.
They're quite nice.
Tenny, can't you remember anything about the van you tried to follow?
Not exactly, sir. I'm sure I should know it if I saw it again. Isn't Mr. Longworth breakfasting this morning, sir?
Yeah, he was up and away hours ago. He's out at the airport hoping to meet Mrs. Longworth.
But there's no airliner scheduled, sir.
I know. I told him that.
Good morning.
Good morning, Denny.
They did charter a plane.
Hugh. Hugh. What really happened?
Well, Gwen, there was an explosion, and, well, nobody seems to know exactly what happened.
Did he suffer much?
Oh, it must have been all over in a fraction of a second. But the identification was very difficult, Gwen, and...
You mean the police aren't sure it was Daddy?
Well, they seem to be sure, but...
But you're not.
Well, now, Gwen, really,
You think my father may be alive? Come, dear, we'll take you to the hotel. Oh, I just know Daddy's alive. You'll find him. Algie will help. We'll all help.
Penny, we've got to do something. Can you remember anything about the third man who came out of the house after Mr. Longworth was hit on the head?
It was very, very dark, sir. But I believe he had a beard, sir. I'll see who it is.
I must see Captain Drummond at once. It's very important. I'm Dr. Petullian.
Won't you sit down, Doctor?
The late Professor Goodman seems to have had a premonition of what was to happen to him.
Yes?
A week ago, he sent me a letter requesting that in the event of his death, I was to carry on his diamond experiments.
I see. But how does this affect me?
Goodman gave his precious note to you for safekeeping.
Oh, on the contrary, Doctor. I asked him to do so, but he refused.
I know you have those notes, Captain Drummond. Read this.
Dear Drummond, in the event of anything happening to me, will you please turn over my notes to my old friend and colleague, Dr. Max Petullian, Bernard Goodman.
You'll give me the notes at once, please?
Yes, they're in my safe deposit box.
I could go there with you.
Yes, of course, but I should like to have this handwriting checked just to make sure it is Professor Goodman's.
What? As you wish. There's so little time left before the meeting of the Royal Society.
Yes, but perhaps you'd come back, say, 4 o'clock this afternoon?
4 o'clock. I'll be here.
Thank you. Penny?
Yes, sir.
Give me some writing paper, will you?
Yes, yes, sir. Putting plain paper in the envelope, sir? Isn't that rather risky?
There's no time for anything else.
How many guests are you expecting, sir?
Only 2.
Tea or whiskey and soda, sir?
Neither, Penny. You better stay within call with a revolver.
Very good, sir.
Now, come in, Inspector.
Don't call me Inspector! Well, what'd you call me down here for?
There's that letter I phoned you about.
I suppose you'll say it's a forgery.
Not at all. Gwen Longworth says her father's handwriting.
Then go ahead. Give Dr. Petullian the notes.
I can't. You see, Professor Goodman didn't leave them to me.
What? If Goodman didn't leave them, why should he... What?
Exactly.
I'll wait.
I thought you would.
But only for a few minutes. Perfectly obvious Petullian isn't coming here.
You just wait.
I can't wait. I might have known it'd be like this. Drummond, why don't you go back to Switzerland?
And the man who called on me this morning couldn't have been the real Petullian.
What are you talking
It
about?
must have been the man who was impersonating him. And there is the reason why he didn't come back at 4 o'clock. Colonel, why don't you go back to Scotland Yard or wherever it was and take your police escort with you? They're enough to frighten away Petullian or his impersonator or both. And I know! My tie is crossed. Penny! Penny! Won't you come in, Dr. Petullian?
What's the meaning of this?
I owe you an apology, Doctor.
An apology? Why, you're out.
Please let me explain. Won't you come in and sit down? It all began, Doctor, when a man obviously impersonating you came to my flat this morning with a letter.
Letter?
Yes. Do you recognize this?
That's just what I came to see you about. This letter was stolen from my rooms last night.
And you didn't report it to the police?
Oh, absolutely not. The police would only have made matters worse by publicizing what Goodman wanted kept quiet. Now, will you please comply with Goodman's wishes and turn those notes over to me?
Yes, of course. Tenny?
Yes, sir.
Will you get Professor Goodman's notes?
Very good, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I must be off.
Good day, sir. Tenny, my hat.
And while you're following that gentleman, sir, might I snoop around a bit on my motorcycle?
You might, Tenny. And tell Mr. Lawrence I'll be back shortly, or else I'll telephone him.
Very good, sir.
He's still following us.
Shall I speed up and lose him?
I wouldn't lose our friend Drummond for anything in the world. To the village garage. We'll park there.
Are you walking all the way to the house?
Better if we make Drummond follow us on foot. Come in, Captain Drummond.
Thank you. Good evening.
Make yourself at home. The man from whom I rented this house was something of a collector.
So I see. His taste rather ran to sharp-edged things.
My own hobby runs to sherry. I can recommend this Amontillado very highly.
Thank you. I came here to see Professor Goodman.
What?
To see Professor Goodman.
I'm not a medium. I can't bring back the dead.
Ah, but Professor Goodman isn't dead, Doctor. At least the letter you gave me from him was written within the last 24 hours.
What do you mean?
The ink.
Oh, of course. The blue-black ink. It changes to black only after a few days.
And this ink was still blue.
We all make mistakes, don't we? Even Bulldog Drummond makes mistakes now and then. Look out behind you.
No, I won't fall for that one, Doctor. Or whoever you are. Now, if you don't mind, I'll thank you.
Hugh Drummond.
Professor. Come along, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Well, at least I was right. I guessed from your letters you were still alive.
So far, yes. But I didn't expect you to be trapped here with me.
Neither did Betulio.
Gentlemen, don't you think it's about time we came to an understanding? Now, you tricked me into bringing Drummond into this. Instead of Goodman's notes, you gave me blank sheets of paper. I want those notes.
If you'll release Drummond and take me to my house, I'll give them to you.
Where are they?
In the pocket of my laboratory jacket.
Your laboratory was blown to smithereens, Professor.
Then my notes are destroyed.
Unfortunate. But what you've done once, you can do again.
But I can't get it done in time for the Royal Society meeting.
I'm not interested in the Royal Society. Your process should have been worth millions to you. Well, it'll be worth millions to me, and I mean to have it.
It'll take a very long time.
Surely not, with an able assistant like Captain Drummond.
And if we refuse?
Consequences will be unpleasant.
And that's all the help you can give us. I know positively nothing of the others. But I want to find Roberts even more than you do. Why he should run away is a complete mystery.
Well, mystery, it's all a mystery. Goodman blown to bits. Tertullian, supposed to aid him, disappears. Roberts disappears. Now Drummond disappears.
Drummond gone?
Vanished into thin air.
Have you any idea where he is?
The only clue is his abandoned car, found in the village of Market Rutherford.
Market Rutherford, eh?
Yes, you know where it is?
No, no idea. Well, I must be off.
Don't you go disappearing, too?
Never fear.
Have that man followed. He might lead us to Roberts.
Oh, I know something's happened to Hugh. He'd never stay away this long without telephoning.
Captain Hugh Rutherford?
Who?
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. Captain Hugh Drummond.
Oh, no. My name's Longworth. Algernon Longworth.
What's happened?
Well, a car, miss, registered in the name of Captain Hugh Drummond, has been left standing alongside a fire hydrant since last night.
Where?
At Market Rutherford, miss.
Market Rutherford, huh?
Well, let's go.
Tenny!
Teddy's off on his motorcycle searching.
Roy! Have you seen it?
There's a truck like you described in that there garage, Mr. Tenney, filling up with petrol. It'll be out any minute now.
I hope you've spotted it. If you have, I'll give you a pound.
Oh.
Most of my assistants only get a couple of shillings.
Oh, but how many of us are there?
Oh, 8 or 10, scattered about from London to the north of England.
My, what an organisation.
Yes, I rather like it.
Ah, there it is.
He's been trailing us ever since we left the city, and it's no officer either. Well, here goes. Well, we gave him the slip, eh? Can't take it, eh?
What the... Now, you will do as I say, gentlemen. What did you do with that box when you left St. Laban's Road?
What box?
Drive me to where you took that box, or I shall be forced to slip you the slug.
Oh, listen, pal, you wouldn't.
I would, and how?
Base headquarters will be right here in this office. Now, Hugh couldn't have gone far without his car. Not more than a couple of miles, right?
Right.
Right. So I have drawn this circle.
Then Hugh must be somewhere within the circle.
All we have to do is to scour that circle.
With a fine-tooth comb.
From house to house.
But that will take days and days. Oh, no, it won't. Each of us will take one district. A, B, C.
Splendid. You should have been an army officer.
I should have been Mrs. Hugh Drummond today. But I'm not.
Let me see. A.
B, C.
Right?
Right.
Right. A. I say, old man, have you seen anything of Captain Drummond?
I beg your pardon. I'm looking for a Captain Drummond. We don't want none.
It's a slow process, Drummond. Now, the slower the better.
Tenny! You're all right, Tenny.
Am I, sir? So you walked into the trap, too, huh? Oh, yes, sir. Why? I did it on purpose, sir. What? I planned to be captured, sir. Look at my legs. Oh, no, sir. I'm not out of my head. Hexel blades. Telling you're a wonder. I do my best to give satisfaction. May I suggest, sir, if you saw a little higher up, you'd be able to push and pull at the same time, sir. An excellent idea, Teddy. I rather like it, sir.
Pardon. Has the Captain Drummond been here?
Captain Drummond, did you say?
Yes.
Well, who are you, may I ask?
I'm Miss Clavering, his fiancée.
Come in, Miss Clavering.
Well, that's that.
I hope Phyllis had better luck than we did.
Oh, good old Phyllis. She'll run into something. She's always lucky.
I say, where's your phone? Yes, sir. Inside the office, sir. You old boy. Elsie. Gwen, I've got great news for you. Your father's outside.
Oh.
My father?
Yes. Look out, old boy. She's going to faint. Here, don't faint now. Elsie, give me the telephone.
Here you are.
Elsie, sometimes I wonder.
Oh, you won't Phyllis be glad when she gets back?
Phyllis, when she gets back from where?
Well, you see, we had to locate you. She's out ringing doorbells. She'll be back any minute.
Is she alone?
Well, of course she is, yes. You see, we had to divide up the territory. It was quicker that way. A, B, and C. C, that was her route.
Algy, that's why she's not back.
Huh?
She's going into Betulion's house.
Oh.
Now, lend me a gun.
I'm very sorry to have to do this, young lady, but you shouldn't have interfered. Is everything packed?
Yes, sir, we better get going.
As soon as we dispose of our guests upstairs, we'll be perfectly safe. I'll put these in the car.
Okay, let's go.
Come on, get up out of there. No monkey shines. A dummy.
They're gone.
Up your hands, gentlemen. And no monkey shines. Now, if you'll just step this way, please. Thank you. Now, gentlemen.
I'm afraid you'll have to come on a little journey, my dear young lady.
like it, Petulian?
Drummond. Now, this sort of thing won't do at all. Roberts, your disguise is perfect.
You fool it!
Never! Stop this nonsense, Roberts.
I've told you this
I'm
isn't...
not Roberts. Roberts is dead.
And you killed him and left him in Goodman's laboratory to be blown to bits.
A very good guess, Drummond. But none of you will tell any tales. Now face the wall.
Have you thought of the police?
The police will continue to search for Roberts, thinking he's disguised as me. Now...
Save him for me, Drummond. Arrest this man, Sergeant. Take off his disguise.
You're making a mistake, Inspector.
Don't call me Inspector. What mistake?
You've got the wrong man.
What are you talking about?
This man is the real Betulian. You may pull his beard if you like. He knew that Roberts was about to take his place at the appointment with Professor Goodman this evening. But he got there first and pretended to be disguised as himself. You see, that was his perfect alibi.
Drummond, we'll make a detective of you yet. Book him for murder.
Good work, Newton. Lucky you happened in.
We didn't happen in, Sir Raymond. We were following you, as it occurs.
Me? Why, I had nothing whatever to do with this, I assure you. I'm always opposed to violence.
Of course, sir. We're very grateful to you for helping put an end to this great menace to international economics. There's also the matter, the murder of a detective in Geneva. The Swiss police will be glad to know why he was killed. And then we shall also want to know why Professor Goodman's house was blown up. Take him away.
And this was supposed to be our wedding day.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling, but if there's a registry office still open...
And if there isn't, you'll probably break into one. No, you won't. You leave on the first boat train for Switzerland under police escort.
Darling, a shotgun wedding.
Huh?